tell you what was going on yesterday.
Don't ask me. It was my birthday yesterday, so I was too busy recovering from stuffy food stuffs.
Very well. Because I like picking on Kiri, you have been selected.
No. I'm gonna try. Don't
Okay.
turn it off yet. Y'all can correct as I remember. I remember there was a boat battle. A bunch of explosions because of things. We finally kicked them out of their spell circle. We whooped their ass. I captured a soul. We loaded the treasure. We preserved the bodies. The mercenaries ran away. The crew that we had, they are alive but poisoned, and we left. That's about what I remember.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much what
Pretty much it.
With the exception of the 3 islands, that's pretty much from cultists. That's pretty much it.
And we were only flying the black. That's the one where we're just after the treasure.
Like I said, we're pirates, not savages.
Professionals have standards.
A handful of details that I'll mention is that when nobody was looking, the mercenaries teleported. Those that were left teleported off ship.
Yeah, because we had to resurrect their teleporting officer.
You revived her. You didn't resurrect her.
Well, revive. Sorry.
She was not dead yet.
We awoke her.
Stabilized her.
Yep. There I am.
Where is the
It's over here.
Oh, shit. It's daytime, right?
It is evening.
Oh, thank goodness.
The sun had just set.
Because if it was daytime, Dr. Heiss was willing to just, haul ass and bring the Duchess Sofia Casimir and Lady Katya into their rooms, even if he's carrying them both at the same time.
No,
She wouldn't be out if it was daytime.
She wasn't out. And 2, they literally just came out after the sun sets, just to see the end of the battle. Just to see the end of the chaos.
Katya is in a armor that protects her from the sun.
Yep. Note to self, we need to find something like that for Drusilla, so that way she doesn't get affected as badly by the sun.
Very rare, very expensive.
And I don't want to owe more favors. I already owe enough.
How many favors do you owe?
Let's see. I owe the tooth of the Duchess, and I believe
Not a tooth, a fang.
the
It's
fang.
a difference.
A fang of the Duchess, and I think I owe still around 12 to 18 hours of my body.
10. Don't worry, I've been keeping track.
Oh, good.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a scary thing.
Both.
I'm going to go answer that with yes.
Both.
Define both.
Yes.
The good old-fashioned Principal Skinner. Yes. That, and I swear, Google Notes is just auto-deleting some of my stuff.
The guys Google Notes did not do that to you.
instead just save this on to the note, like a notepad. That way it's
Also, as an additional special note, you guys currently have 1 inspiration token on the table.
Yep.
Okay.
So right outside Trollbark Forest, the Warlock's Crypt.
Yes, it is currently late evening. In fact, I actually have the wrong ambience for evening. There it goes. There we are. It was currently, well, I said late evening. I meant early evening. That's what I meant to say. You had just finished your battle, as well as acquiring the spoils of combat, because you looted them. So that which giving you all of your loot was the last thing we did last time. We played.
Good evening, good evening, my lady. Sorry,
It's your grace.
sorry. I apologize. Good evening, Your Grace.
So that was me, the dungeon master, reminding you of the proper term if you cared.
Good evening, Your Grace.
Good evening, Captain. It's a shame that I didn't get to witness the battle myself. I get so bored sometimes in that coffin during the day.
Yeah, so it's a
shame that nobody tries to kill you during the evening.
I'm pretty sure in my career it's probably going to happen sooner or later. But that was a much more trickier battle than I thought. Those mercenaries, they were something, all right.
Are you saying your battles usually go much easier?
Actually, they've been going much more insane. This is the first quote unquote normal battle we had in a while. And I think, and I do
So
mean,
you're saying that you normally almost die every time you fight?
isn't because of what we fight.
Have you considered not fighting things that try to murder you, or picking better targets?
That'd be good for our health.
Trust me, if I could choose half the targets, I would do that.
Well, you chose this target.
Huh?
She has you there.
Chose this target.
We thought it would be an easy target. We didn't know.
Perhaps you can take this as a lesson in
not assuming.
Perhaps learning more about whom it is that you face before engaging. It may be wise to... The fuck?
What happened?
Somebody keeps throwing stuff
What the hell?
onto the map. But, what was I? Oh.
We love you too, Dan.
Perhaps this will be a lesson that to achieve greater longevity of your existence, perhaps do better research, gather more information on those you face before engaging them.
That would be a very good advice. Sadly, we didn't. If we had more information, we would have been better prepared for the battles.
And knowledge is great power.
And the more knowledge you have, unlimited power.
No, not unlimited. There are limits to what knowledge would give you. Sometimes you have to have actual power.
But trust me, I'm not speaking this in character.
But she is.
Mm-hmm. Which I feel like that's the hint of next stop, when we get to Baldur's Gate, get some books about like the local groups, maybe ships of note. feel like that'd be like one of those like all of a sudden you
Not
get
necessarily get
this
books. It's more of
tutorial.
like you guys. It's more of like in character. She's like, you guys should probably consider doing better reconnaissance, learning more about whom it is you face, rather than just going, oh, it's just a mercenary. Let's just fight them.
Yeah, the last time we did that, we decided let's go against the Ladybird instead of that like big galleon.
And guess what? We survived. That was one of the easier battles that we had.
I think it was because we actually decided to fight smarter and not harder.
Always wise to fight smarter rather than harder.
That and the dice liked us that session.
Possibly as well.
Yeah, you had like a couple of nat 20s that fight.
I don't remember.
So, while Ty is like having like small talk, I guess the term would be, with the Duchess.
Yes.
Dr. Ice is going to go down towards the hold.
I don't know.
And I had a thought in my head and it just suddenly escaped me. Damn it.
That's unfortunate.
Well, Dr. Ice goes down to the hold and goes, why the hell did I come
Why
here
did I
again?
come down here?
And then just leaves.
I'm gonna throw inspiration down just because, like, that's a very real thing where he's like, okay, I'm gonna go down to the hold and
Like,
why did I come down here? Why did I come into this room? What the fuck am I doing? Fuck.
Yeah, then he leaves and goes back to the med bay.
And done that way too many times. It gets more frequent as you get older.
Trust me. Trust me. I heard. Trust me. I knew.
Yeah,
Hell,
I've had that happen when I was at work sites.
Hell, that's one of the reasons why they don't want to give me a transplant, because they free my blood, stop me to the brain again.
Well, obviously you need to get your brain transplanted into a machine. That way you'll have a computer brain.
Yeah, gotta get a better brain.
And then you'll never forget anything, no matter how much you want to. And if
Unless
you
you
try
delete the
erasing,
file.
then you delete the file, and probably associated programs will probably just start wondering, what are we supposed to do?
But regardless, is there anything else anyone wishes to do during the evening?
Well, put a mild celebration for the crew, like, you did it, and crew, you did it, Somber Sisters, extra job singing, like Creed.
Just a quick aside. Are you just gonna park your ship in the middle of the ocean here next to the guys you just raided? Or
We're sailing along as well.
Question: do we destroy their sails?
Do what?
Question: do we destroy their sails so they can't catch up, and just allowing them to like use their rowboats to get back to land?
Did you?
No, we were not going to destroy their sails.
I was about to say, I believe we're crippled their sails to the point where is it possible for us to catch up?
We didn't cripple their sails because the sea urchin did, and then they hid, and they actually just waited for us to come.
All right.
And besides, they're mostly nauseated and sick. How much are they going to really do?
And we took their armaments away, so he can't exactly blast us.
The only combatants that were on that ship left.
So it's just deckhands at this point.
Yeah.
No, it's the original crew.
No, it's the crew. The problem is we took their cannons away as well. So if they try to catch up to us, it's pretty much a death sentence.
I mean, you haven't installed them.
Yeah, we
No,
acquired
I
them.
mean,
Haven't
if they come up to attack us, it's pretty much a death sentence at the moment because they're sick and they have, and I assume they have some people that can fight, but
If they
self-preservation.
did, they wouldn't have
instincts.
mercenaries.
I believe the term you were looking for was that the crew would have some of the crew would at least have some self-preservation instincts.
yeah.
Regardless, back to my original question. So, what are you guys doing? Where are you going?
Well, now the mission is complete. Continue our original mission.
Okay.
Um,
It's evening,
question.
dark. Are you going to go
And-
somewhere?
and-
Are you going to park
and-
it
and-
here? Are you going to
And
go back
and,
to the
Question.
Lumbar? Are you going to go to somewhere along the coastline? The small cluster
no,
of
we can't.
rocks? Like, what you doing?
No, we can't go back to Lombard. Let's. We can't
Question.
exactly park either. How far we could get to Arcanist? How far can we get to Borders Gate before our departure? Before we have to stop for the night?
It is night.
Oh crap!
Like I said, it's nighttime.
We can get like 3-4 hexes at night.
Yeah, but we have to do this in the day because half the crew is tired and asleep by now.
Your most immediate problem, the question I've asked you for times is, where are you going to go for the night? Are you going to stay out here in the ocean, or are you going to go towards some kind of landmass? Because like right now, you're still next to the guy you just raided. You haven't moved anywhere yet.
We're going to stick by the ocean. Ocean.
If I could suggest something,
Obviously, we're going to try to get away from the guys we just raided.
What direction are you going?
Towards Baldur's Gate.
So you're going to just continue traveling along the trade route?
Yeah. What's your question, Jim? Sorry, Kiri.
obviously we want to get away from the ship. Maybe we can go a few hours. Maybe get towards the Warlock Crypt, which actually sounds like a terrible idea now that I'm saying it out
Warlock
loud.
Crypt is nowhere near the coastline. You don't get it. You're not going to get near it. It's deep in the fucking forest.
Yep. So we just get towards the coastline. Keep going for like maybe a couple of hours. We'll provide like really good hot like coffee and meals in the morning because we're gonna have some people do like an overnight shift. And GTFO as we get closer towards.
You have to know that you guys could always just park where you were hiding in the first place, right?
Oh yeah, let's go there. Right back to here. No wait, that's where the ship came from.
No, that's where we came from.
Okay, a couple hours of travel, get us to back where we were originally hiding. Maybe a bit more inland, in between like Lumbar and the Trollback Forest. And Dr. Ice is just going to stay up all night. He's just going to like stay up and just...
Why?
I'm like
Paranoia.
before I was like, why gonna stay up? We have half the crew is freaking drow, plus Mr. Creve could stay up all night if necessary.
Creed.
Creve, I'm sorry.
Creed.
Creve.
Creve is the name of the Dragonborn.
Right. You're right, Captain. I was just letting paranoia get the best of me.
Doc, get some sleep.
All right. And Dr. Ice heads down.
Dr. Ice, real quick. Stand by.
Uh-oh.
Let me check something.
Oh, God. Is there a banana peel?
Yes, roll for banana peel. No. Give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom. Where are you? There we go. And much as I get a crappy roll, despite this being something I should be theoretically good at.
You should be good at it.
Oh
Called
my
it.
god!
Called it.
As you are being told to go to sleep, as the paranoia in your mind doesn't seem to want to quiet, the Duchess suddenly appears in front of you, seemingly from nowhere in the shadows, and you become locked into her gaze as she uses her charm on you and tells you, Doctor, you shouldn't be so concerned or worried. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. Go get some rest. You deserve it.
Of course, my grace. And Dr. Ice, I guess, robotically moves to where he's supposed to go. Whether that's his own room or not is a different question altogether. Assuming that's how the charms.
Although the target is not under Duchess Sophia Casimir's control, it takes Duchess Sophia Casimir's request or actions in the most favorable way. It can, and it is a willing target for blah, 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 bite attack. So you are. She uses her charm to get you to go fucking relax and stop being a weird paranoid birdman.
Okay, so this version doesn't work the way I thought it did. Okay, so
It's not full mind domination.
all right, Dr. Ice just goes back to his room.
Yeah, it's not like dominate person or dominate creature. It's simply you become much more willing to do what she wants you to do, which is go relax. Everything will be fine, Doctor. Besides, I'm awake during the night.
Of course you are, my grace.
It's your grace.
Your grace. Right, because I haven't pledged fealty to her. Technically, my grace would not work.
Well, you still wouldn't refer to her as my grace.
Yeah, what's
My
up?
is used for the title of lord or lady. For a duke or a duchess, it's your grace.
Of course, your grace. I'll get some rest. Do be careful.
Cool.
And Dr. Ice heads back to his room.
Indeed. Is there anything else anyone wishes to do during this evening?
Probably just recharge since sadly I have a crewmate to punish the next day. Since I'm assuming he has enough blood for me not to kill him.
What are you talking about? What's going on?
I said probably just get some rest to recharge from the fight. Plus I have a ship hand to punish. Or at least wants Drusilla punish.
What are you talking about?
Says I assume he has enough blood to actually, not die.
What are you talking about?
The
one that got caught in the Duchess' room.
The one that the Duchess pulled into her coffin because she was frisky that night? The one that technically did nothing wrong?
The one that was drunk on the ship. Like,
if I remember correctly, what happened was that the
he's not getting punched.
Was frisky.
He's not getting punched.
Had him drink so that she could get the buzz by drinking his blood alcohol content. Exactly. And he was under the effects of a hypnotic charm.
Okay.
So nothing he did was of his own choice.
Okay.
Because that's what vampires do.
Now I know.
Yeah. That is me reminding you, Ty, of the full context of what happened.
Yeah.
My bad.
Plus,
I thought he got drunk on his own, and Duchess took advantage of it.
Oh, she definitely took advantage of him.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, about that.
I mean, if a vampire lady, or at least the vampire decides, I want you, there's not a whole lot of options you have if you're like a CR1 deckhand.
He's just a regular dude.
Actually, would he even be CR1 at that point?
Like CR
Technically,
quarter,
no.
like CR
Congress
half.
is less than 1. They are.
What CR half?
I think it's
CR
like
quarter?
1/4.
Oh damn!
Yeah. If a vampire decides, I want you, there's not a whole lot of options they're going to have.
Sorry, challenge rating 0. Their challenge rating 0. They are worth 10 XP.
Holy crap! A house cat is a bigger challenge than that. They're like CR.
I think they're CR half for a house cat.
Note to self: we need to get a cat on the ship. Well, actually, never mind. We have.
We have two. Technically, we have two cats.
Eats rats. He'll eat the cat too.
Good point.
But as you have that thought, he comes scurrying past you, chasing after some other strange animal that's gotten onto the ship and wishes it really hadn't.
Does it look like anything that I'd recognize, or some sort of abomination of
By
God
the
and
time
man?
you look for it, he catches it and eats it.
I'll just assume that was some abomination of God and man. Good work, Izio. And
Sometimes you scare me sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Izio is very unnerving sometimes.
Anyway, I'm going to enjoy bed. Call me. Drusilla, call me if you need me.
No problem, Captain.
And the captain goes into his room. Goes to the room, says, well, we survived another
Siri, turn the
battle.
lights off. Sorry. Speaking of strange dreams, Kiri, you do. You find yourself in a large white field of snow as a hooded, cloaked figure sits mildly bemused on a log and says, you really should work better at shielding your mind from the influences of others. It's not very good for you. It lead to a whole lot of problems.
that it would be. But at the same time, I don't want to close it off so much that that Our Lady cannot reach. Although she scares the shit out of me a lot.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. See, these little dream messages you can't really block. It's just a message. No, I mean like when somebody is charming or dominates you, you really got to work better on it.
Yes, theoretically,
Will
I
talk
should.
to you whenever she deigns to do so, whenever she feels like it. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yes, theoretically, I should be able to do it, but for some reason, with her, I can't. Probably some vampire magic. What nonsense.
And we need some practices, don't we?
Suppose we do. Well,
Indeed. Let's start with this. And then he starts throwing shit at you.
dodge.
Dodge!
Oh boy.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Alright, hold on. I'm just moving some things.
I feel old realizing just how long ago that movie came out.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm now 44, so yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I was like 19 when Harold and Kumar first came out.
Like all the things,
Evening goes without too
all the
much
things,
issue.
all the things we grew up. Hi, little baby. I would say
Just
all the
seems like
things.
she's having a great time.
Yeah, I would say all the things we
But
grew up on
anyway.
is old now. Ghostbusters almost 30 years. Dragon Ball 40 years.
But the evening passes without any incidents, as far as one is aware. And you awakened upon the morrow of the next day, the 25th day of Marpenoth.
This will sound like a silly question, but
Go for it.
after waking up, does Dr. Isaac have like a migraine, or does he have like weird bruises that seem oddly coincidental to where he got hit by a bunch of wrenches?
I mean, you definitely have a headache because you had an archfey sit there and stab at your brain for a night. Give me a Constitution save.
Oh god.
Something I'm theoretically not good at that I do okay-ish in.
You still somehow gain a full rest. Congratulations.
Yay. So, probably the equivalency of somewhere between like a migraine and hungover. What he feels?
I mean, that's up to you. Otherwise, you still acquired a full rest.
Okay. Getting a strong cup of coffee. Feel like I'm gonna need it.
What is the plan this morning, gentlemen?
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Captain.
I'm going to do something a little strange today. I'm going to go eat with the crew. Because if it wasn't for the crew, we'd all be dead by now.
My God.
That is so. Let's have some good strong coffee. I feel like we're going to need it.
I'm fully rested. What do you mean, good strong coffee?
Let's just say I met someone in my dreams, and
Somebody walks by and goes, sounds like somebody's been having wet dreams. Ha ha ha! And just keeps walking.
Damn it, crew hand! I was just about to make that joke.
Snooze you lose, Captain! Neener, neener!
I just take a pepper fucking in his direction.
yeah, my mentor.
She wanted to train. He or she wanted to train you, huh?
Yes, my mentor. He decided that the best way to train me was by constantly throwing things at me.
That's how your dream state interpreted as, but it was more like he was throwing mental attacks at you.
Yes. So yeah, good strong coffee will be nice. Try and wake up fully.
Yeah, you look fully awake for me. Anyway, I'm going to go eat with the crew, see how they actually doing.
I'll head to the kitchen and ask just set up for if there's coffee. Actually, it's
there's some nice mugs of coffee on the tables. Brings out more upon request. Down in the mess, you see various officers, your various junior officers, all, well, not all of them, but many of them participating in the various mealtime. You see Mr. Stone. You see the Songbird sisters. You see Nezor. You see Nordex's Creve. You don't see Sario. She doesn't. She doesn't always dine with the crew, mostly because you guys don't feed her. You guys don't serve the kind of food that she eats. So she sometimes chooses to opt out of the social ness of communal mealtime to prefer other pursuits.
In other words, she teleports away to find her own food.
No, she doesn't like teleport. Like she's on the ship. Like you do see her in the corridors. Like she's just not like sitting down at the table and eating because you guys don't serve her kind of food.
We don't exactly have a whole lot of gray matter to spare.
Well, they don't eat brains every day. That's just that'd be like eating chocolate every day, or eating the same thing all the time. No, they have lots of different foods, but the mind flayers consist on very specific types of diets, many of which that Drusilla does not have on hand. Luckily, though, mind flayers also don't eat that much.
Yep. Oh, once Dr. Ice is done double fisting his coffees, he's gonna go look for
a lot of people get really uncomfortable when Sariel starts like fucking doing the octopus thing where she like grabs like weird fucking slug things that Drusilla made for her and just.
I figured that the deckhands and the crew that weren't in the know simply saw an elf.
Oh, like, everybody knows that she's a fucking mind flayer.
Like we're not exactly like we're literally a crew of crazies and mismatch. I like.
See, Vola is down there eating. Iziel's somewhere on the floor. Every once in a while, he repositions to another spot.
Like you have Iziel,
he doesn't eat at the table like a person.
Like his Iziel is pretty much chasing.
Likes to do.
You have Iziel who's pretty much chasing rats. You have Sario who's a mind flayer. We have the Songbird sisters who could sing their ass
right now, he's
off.
on a bone. You don't know where he got this bone, but it's this big fucking leg bone, about like yay big. You don't know where he came from.
I'm not gonna question that.
I'm like yes, Stone, a little monk of which I need to ask I need to ask Stone. What temple do you study at?
Temple? What do you mean? What's a temple?
Where do you learn martial arts at?
Oh, I learned it in the mountains of my people. When things tried to kill me, I punched it. And it turns out I was kind of good at it, so I kept punching things until I got better at it. And now I punch good.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. See, that guy gets it.
One guy gave me an old friend of mine. I think it's a human called Mike Tyson. You'll be very good friends with him.
You're no Mike Tyson?
You heard of Mike Tyson?
Wait, is he supposed to be a famous human? We don't get a lot of news about famous humans back where I come from.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that in the Dr. Ice voice. Should have tried like some weird voice to make it seem like some crew member. You know Mike Tyson?
You've heard of Mike Tyson? I heard President Goliath's head off in one shot.
Interesting.
Just punch and
maybe
roll.
I shall face him.
Just punch and just roll all the way down a cliff.
Didn't he eat somebody's ear off? Or was that somebody else?
But let's see.
Yeah, sorry, I can't do random voices easily.
Meanwhile, Daniel's like stroking his child like a supervillain.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you had a child that would sit still long enough for you to do that, wouldn't you?
Yep, stroking the child like Dr. No with his cat.
Let's see. You do
There's
not see the
chickens out
bosun in the communal eatery, but that's not unusual. He usually eats alone.
After finishing double fisting his coffees, Dr. Ice is going to look for Sariel.
Okay. You find her. Where would you find her? Stand by.
Oh God, please don't there let be some weird wormhole thing that leads us to Carcosa. Because I think she has the cloak of teleport.
No, not that I recall.
Tell me that thing. Because I know I went to a hellhole when I went to use it that one time.
I mean, she has the fucking portal thing sometimes, but not all the time. That's what you're referring to as. It's not a cloak. It's a fucking piece of cloth.
The Well of Many Worlds, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have it all the time.
Mm-hmm. I'll just say this: if Dr. Ice sees like some sort of like timey-wimey, whirly portal, he's just gonna walk away, turn around, walk away, and going, nope.
But you find her in one of the corridors on the inside of the ship. She's kind of like walking by.
Crap! I forgot to say this before I left. But before I left, I grabbed another cup of coffee.
Okay.
There you go, Shariel.
She looks down and goes, "Why are you handing this to me?"
We've had a long. You had a long day. Figured that you could use a little pick-me-up.
She looks down at it and goes,
And if you saw
human caffeine gives me a rash.
Oh. Don't want that then.
Yeah, I can't eat your food.
Outside of like brains, which what exactly do I don't want to sound rude. And I have no idea.
I'm rude, but what the fuck do you eat?
I have no idea how to better phrase it other than what do you eat? And I genuinely mean that in like
she goes she starts listing things in a language that you don't understand because it does not have a common translation.
In the languages that I do know, am I able to draw?
I am almost absolutely certain you don't know this language, but go ahead and tell me what languages they are.
Common, Aarakocra, Auran, Druidic, Kalish, sign language.
No, it's none of those. It's definitely not sign language because she speaks to you telepathically.
I think Mr. Creve is the closest you could get to understanding her in her native tongue.
And I think as far as my progress with Draconic goes, me basically the equivalency asking, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Was that Spanish or French you just broke?
I think that was Spanish.
Yeah, that was like the equivalency is like as far as he's gotten in like his Draconic 101.
She simply just looks at you and says, the names of the foods that my people consume do not have a direct translation in any of the languages that you know.
As a druid, I can summon creatures.
You can't summon the creatures we eat. Drusilla has been sustaining me more than adequately enough. There's no need for you to be concerned.
Doesn't hurt to try and help.
The types of foods that my kind consume are rare, but not impossible to find if you know the right markets to look into them. And considering I'm the only one that eats them on this ship, it's not difficult to ration them out.
Alright.
To where even a small amount of it lasts for quite some time.
In that case, next time when we get to Baldur's Gate, we're going to the market.
Best of luck.
Oh.
Is there anything else you needed from me, Doctor?
Well, nothing I can think of off the top of my head, other than just wondering what you ate. I do have a good one. And I head up, and I take the coffee because Dr. Ice does not want Sariel to get a rash. Whether that actually is the case or not, he doesn't know. And goes back to where everyone else is eating.
Oh. What's this wall of text? Deaf direct thoughts.
Yeah, and then
God.
it's easier for me to read when I need to.
Feels like Dr. Ice is just an open book at this point.
Yes, your actual.
I'm pretty sure he's more intelligent than most of them. Or actually, technically, I'm the dumb PC.
So, anything else anyone's doing before before the ship is made ready to sail? You guys are still in your early morning breakfast routines.
Pretty much after I finish breakfast, go up on decks and prepare the ship for sail.
Give me a second. I'm fixing this nonsensical wall of text.
What?
Huh? What?
So we're just continuing on?
Like I said, I'm fixing some wall of text. So you guys feel free to roleplay while I'm almost done. Just give me a few more seconds.
Okay. So Dr.
I try to break up walls of text like that into more easily read chunks.
So Dr. Rice, are you recovered yet from whatever trauma you experienced?
Okay.
Yeah. I've already had 2 cups of coffees that I finished at the same time. And I'm currently holding my third. Turns out Sariel can't have this.
Which is something that she has told you guys in the past, so it shouldn't come as that much of a shock. She does not eat your food.
I'm like, yeah, Sario usually doesn't eat human food.
Not just human, but just the food that you guys typically serve.
I even offered to summon creatures for her to eat.
Like,
She could eat us.
trust me, trust me, Drusilla. No, Drusilla knows what Sario eats, or else she would ate out all our brains, including the Duchess and her lady by now. We're
Yep.
we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
And she wouldn't invade them. She wouldn't invade all the brains.
Yeah,
She would have left the dumpy. She would have left you. No intelligence there.
Damn.
Effing ha. The next okay, Mr. Creeve, the next time you need me to save your ass again, I'll just sit there and be like, nope, I'm a stupid monkey.
Brains. There's just like there's something here.
Let me check on my crew members to see if he recovered enough blood to actually work again.
He's fine.
Yep. And he's getting like a little bit of liver with his food. Because that's like liver is the only meat I know of that can help boost blood production. If there are others, I don't know.
I
I'm not a dietitian, so I don't know.
I never ate liver while I lost blood in the hospital. Lost
They usually give like
blood.
cookies and juice for like blood donation type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, first told my friend we should donate blood, and I'm like, dude, drink some water before you go on to donate blood. At least till it starts recovering it by the time you actually get the prick that is.
But I assume eventually, after your little morning routines, you decide to make ready, and you will sail off at some point.
Yep.
What is the speed and heading, dear Captain?
Normal speeds towards Baldur's Gate.
Quick question of this world.
Okay, what?
As we're approaching like the 25th day of Maripent, are we approaching the longest day of the year or the longest night of the year? Assuming that's a thing.
Stand by, I need to get the calendar.
I vote on the longest week of the year versus the shortest week of the year.
Penoth is the 10th month in the 12-month cycle. It is in autumn. The winter solstice is not till the 12th month, which is Nightfall. The autumn equinox was on Element, the 21st of Element.
Okay, so we went through that. Okay, so we're approaching the longest night. Got it.
At the winter solstice is the 20th of Nightfall. Nightfall. I think that's how it's pronounced. Oh, it's weird. And then you have the spring equinox on the 19th of Chess, and the summer solstice on the 20th of Kythorn. As for your weather check, let's find out.
Yep.
Tools.
What does the meteorologist 401 take?
My weather. Random weather, here it is. Let's see.
I feel like there should be like some random weather
Temperate.
D100 check.
Autumn. Supernatural. Let's make it uncommon. Select. Actually, let's make it rare. Yeah. It is cloudy. Slightly colder than normal. Light wind. Not too extreme or strange or unpleasant. Nothing too bad.
Cool.
So a nice, good old-fashioned overcast day.
One,
The rock,
2, 3.
the rock on the string remains stationary. Then
Arcanus. Well, if you can hear me since you muted. Make sure to keep an eye on any. Make sure to keep an eye on any ships. I want these people coming back from vengeance.
Okay.
if there's any repairs that need to be done to the sails, that can be done. Spider monkeys to help with repairing. If we're capable of doing that in
Let
sea.
me check.
How long does that spell last? Lasts an hour. Okay. Like I said, if it is possible to do repairs at the sea.
I mean, yes, there is. That's what your bosun does.
Mhm.
I'm just getting his info.
Yep.
So I
And,
don't have it immediately in front of me.
and yes, I signed to him. I'll give you some help. Well, I'll tell him I'll give you some help and some of the spider monkeys.
It's less summoning spider monkeys and more of you actually taking the help action.
All right, help action then. Sweet, I save a spell slot.
So just give me a second. Like I said, I didn't have it immediately in front of me.
Make,
Nope, that's what I'm looking. Yeah. Here it is. Counter roll, reference sheet. Carpenter, here it is. For each of the day, she did not spend time doing anything else. Comment was the carpenter's tools checked. And
Today on Explaining.
Okay. Comparable tools checks. Let's say stuff proficient. So we'll get yeah. And assuming that he's doing this all day, he gets over the course of the day, he rolls 5 times, and if he gets 3 passes, he'll get to repair some stuff. He's not doing too good. 2, 3, 4. Wow. No. You don't repair anything, it seems. Actually, hold on. Granting a +1, 2 rolls, other players. Then they for the assistant roll. Even with Kiri's assistance, he only passes once, so there is no repairs to get done this day.
Lame.
Yeah, he needed at least 3 out of 5 to pass.
Well, right now the best thing I could do is combine actually reading the book of How to Speak Elvish and actually talking to the crewmates a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you're welcome to spend your downtime in any way you see fit. Is there any particular things that anyone wishes to accomplish this day during your travel, or any particular individual NPCs that anyone wishes to talk to?
Ryota, I noticed you never speak much. Can you speak?
Ryota is super busy trying to get the ship fixed, so he is not available for scenes at this time.
Yeah.
You go to the platform and he's like up in the rigging, like running around trying to like he's fucking getting rid of like old ropes and sails that don't quite work while trying to replace them with other stuff. Like it's quite hectic. Which then reminds me, because you guys actually did have some pretty significant damage to your sails. You're actually going to be moving at a slightly slower speed because of that.
Crap. And like I said, I can't help because I'm not exactly skilled in.
So, yeah, you actually make it to there by the end of the day.
I just look at this shit, it's like, that sucks. Like, remind us to get some fireproof sails.
Fireproofing is an upgrade you guys can get.
There's no such thing as fireproofing, only fire resistant.
There is fireproofing as the name of an upgrade, and then there actually is fire resistance that actually makes it resistant to fire damage. Fireproofing just makes it not flammable. Insofar as regards of like catching fire, it still would take fire damage. Fire, and then you can further improve that with fire resistance, actually granting it mechanical resistance to fire damage.
The more you know.
Indeed. All this in the name of code. All this and more.
Let's see now. I kind of talked to the Stormbreaker sisters at least once, since I know they're not sisters. Actually,
Hello?
where did you yearn to sing at?
Hummingbird and what was the other one? Mockingbird. There we go. What were their names? Hummingbird and Mockingbird look at you and they go, "Well, we never were formally educated on that. What we we learned our various craft and traditions from our family, passed down from generation to generation.
That explains why you're so good. You're literally born for this stuff.
Yes, we come from a long family line of musicians, passing the tradition down to each generation. And then some of it we just made up and thought, hey, that sounds good. And we kept doing it. So it's a combination of tradition and self-taught, not formal education.
Yeah,
Never went to a bard school. They weren't cool enough to hang out with us.
as
Too cool for school.
yeah, you can't teach natural talent sometimes.
Too cool for school.
Oh boy. Let's see now. Oh, I talked to Stone. Uh, I guess the last person I want to talk to is Creve. Like,
You see
Creve.
Creed inspecting some of the guns, some of the new cannons that you guys have, as
So
he's
it's
contemplating best positions to install them, and he's inspecting their quality to make sure that they are actual good cannons and don't just look like good cannons.
Creve, are these good cannons or are they second
As far
rate
as I
like
can
the
tell, Captain, they seem to be good. They have some fancy filigree and other such nonsense that provides no tactical advantage whatsoever. But
are,
overall,
are, are,
the cannons themselves are quite sound.
are the cannons jeweled?
No, they have some engravings and there's some plating here and here that honestly I'm probably just going to rip that off
I
because
was say,
fucking brass is terrible to have on a ship. It
I would say,
requires either
yeah.
constant maintenance and cleaning, or it will horribly corrode. It does not need to be on a fucking cannon. I don't understand. Like, yes, it looks pretty, but good God, the maintenance.
Look
In fact, you know
look
what?
what we
And
stole
he starts pulling out some fucking tools, and he just starts prying that shit off the cannon.
I'm like, look what we stole the cans from. I told the captain the truth that said that next time don't look like a floating bank ready to be robbed.
To be fair, it's not the captain's fault. He's just the captain. He's not the owner. He doesn't
Well,
own the ship.
hopefully the captain gets the owner of the matches. And make sure to scrape
First
off all
pretentious prick.
and make sure
If you recall.
to scrape all that is insignias too. I don't want any ship inspectors to somehow come and get suspicious that we stole this stuff like we actually did. But
Aye, Captain. But overall, from what I can tell from my inspection, they look like pretty good cannons.
well,
Good, heavy, well, medium, I should say, more medium cannons. Words are hard.
Are they breech loaders or front loaders?
They are just standard cannons, so they would probably be front loaders. Because there is a actual rear loading upgrade you can actually get on cannons. These are just stock standard medium cannons.
Also, when brass corrodes, is that the element that turns green, or is that a different one?
Brass is made with copper, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait.
Bronze. That's what I was thinking. Bronze.
Sorry, never mind. Brass, bronze, and copper all slowly turn green when they corrode due to their coloration. That's fairly common.
All right.
Either green or blackish.
Yeah, once we start seeing the green, then maybe clean harder.
Like like I said, he's like, no, fuck that, that's stupid. He's literally removing the brass from the cannons. Like he's like, no, we're gonna spend hours every fucking day cleaning this damn thing. That's stupid.
But yeah, obviously, other than that, they're
Just
learning
being,
how.
required maintenance and then nonsensical maintenance.
Yeah, but other than that, then continuing to read the book on Elvis 101. That's pretty much what I could do because I can't exactly help with this rigging.
All right. Unless somebody else has something that they wish to accomplish or state, eventually the evening draws to a close.
I mean, like earlier,
Sorry, the day draws to a close.
as earlier stated, Dr. Ice is trying and failing to help Bosun Ryota with the sales.
I guess Jim Pan's up at the crow's nest.
Yeah, that's a pretty good assumption.
Keeping an eye out. Willing to let us know. I see something.
While you're up there, a seagull decides that it wants to be obnoxious, and it hangs out and just goes at you.
Especially since we're going slower than usual. That would be a very good idea.
Dr. Ice just looks to the seagull.
Now, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Jim Pan. Artisan Foreign in the crow's nest has a very obnoxious seagull that decides to hang out in the crow's nest with her.
Are it doing anything?
Do what?
What are it doing?
It just looks at you.
I just aim my gun at it to see.
Ignore it.
There. This is Jim Pan's thing.
Ah.
He's up in the crow's nest. You guys are like fucking 100 meters below him. Or 100 feet below him.
100 meters? Holy shit, this is a big ship. 100 meters. Holy shit, this is a big ship.
I think I ballpark it around like 100 feet or so because that's how much dice I roll whenever Jim Pan falls out of the fucking business.
Yeah.
I just go, lots of dice.
And I recall telling the Arcanist that the rigging is actually pretty comfortable, considering the number of times Dr. Ice has got caught in it.
But you just have this really obnoxious seagull that decides to just keep making noise at you.
I'm trying to swim it away. Go away. Go away.
You try and swoon it away, and it kind of goes.
Yeah.
It like flaps away from you, and then lands slightly farther away.
Last warning. Move now or
It starts like falling up at you. Like, fucking, what are you gonna do, bro? What's that? What a storm, bro?
I'll just blast on it.
It turns into a cloud of feathers as it disappears. You hear from somewhere else, other seagulls. As they're like flying by.
I think our modus operandi from here on is going to be kill every seagull we see.
That's thousands of seagulls around you at all times, every day.
And we're
just to be really obnoxious and just be like, I'm gonna fuck with this human. Oh shit, the human shoots things out of its hands. Oh fuck.
And the seagull's got to be worth at least 1 XP, right?
No, they're worth no XP. They're fucking character fluff. Or sorry, they're scene fluff. They're just dungeon dressing.
Okay, so we can't go into that little hovel that has all the hogs that keep respawning, which only
They're each worth 3 XP a pop. Yeah, no. No, you can't World of Warcraft this shit.
That was a good episode.
It was a hilarious episode. But that being said, Evening draws in. The various day shift crew call it a day. Night shift crew comes out. Shit gets anchored.
Way angry.
Good evening, ladies.
Hi, Captain. As like three or four like female drow walk by.
Do they like blow kisses to the captain?
No one is going to come to my room later on, right? Just kidding.
Not unless you really want us to, Captain, but I don't. What are you implying?
And fade to black.
As like the three or four of them like stare at you.
and fade to black. as the captain gets the most let's just say
the best night's sleep ever.
Not safe for work.
I mean, there's a fade to black scene. They're like, what are you implying? Like, are you saying we're cheap dates? You calling us whores? Is that what you're calling us, Captain? That's rude and hurtful. And then they continue on their jobs.
Everybody, the drow will remember that.
Yeah.
Dr. Ice gets out from his cabin and goes, I don't know.
Hi, Doc. It's like some deckhands walk by.
Yep. And he gets a thumbs up of, keep doing a good job, as he makes his way to the deck.
You mean makes his way to bed because it's the end of the day?
Yes, to bed.
Unless there's something special or unique anyone wishes to have done during the evening, I will go ahead and, for the sake of brevity, move the time scale on.
I'm just going to continue learning my languages.
Cool.
And Dr. Ice will continue to take use of his new practice of always look up, because no one ever looks up.
Give me a perception check.
Ah, crap.
If it'll load. I didn't click it, right? Okay, so it's just a delay thing. Okay. 27?
What can I do for you?
You
Did you
see.
take your medicine today? And do you need your medicine to go with you? Okay.
Curses. Hold on.
I'm now scared. I either noticed something or I noticed nothing. I don't know which is scarier.
Maybe both.
You see a bat that looks like that.
Oh, the cute bat. Wait, we have vampires on board.
Dr. Ice is going to look to the bat and go, this is either the Duchess or the Lady Gotcha. Don't make it seem like you noticed. Don't make it seem like you noticed. Don't make it seem like you noticed. Mentally, he's thinking
stares
this.
back at you.
Mentally, he was.
It's like hanging off one of the ropes upside down. One of the lines is just kind of just hanging there.
And mentally thinking, he's going, if they're going to drink your blood, just let them do it. No sense fighting. And basically just becomes submissive. And goes,
So focused on the bat, you don't notice that there's another person standing like 10 feet away from you.
uh-oh.
as you like turn, you see Katya like leaning against the railing, like staring off to the sea.
Good evening,
Looking
Lady
mildly
Katya.
bored.
Good
Do what?
evening, Lady Katya.
He goes, huh? What? Oh, Gio. What do you want? What is it do you want? Why do you bother me? Strange bird man. What was your name again? Never mind, I don't care.
Oh
Looks
God!
back out to the sea.
Now I'm being distracted by Lady Katya. What's the bat doing?
You look back at the bat, still hanging out.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna pretend all of this was some fever dream. And just close my eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes. You'll never see it coming.
And he closes his
Bats
eyes.
flying around. When the bat starts flying around, Lady Katya immediately eyes rivet to the bat. As
Dr. Ice, like,
Dr. Ice quickly leaves the scene to go to bed.
yes. And he's going to hold his blankets over him because, good Lord, what the hell is going on with my life? How did my life become like this?
I like how just a random interaction with a vampire has completely shattered your reality this evening for some reason. Not like you don't see. It's not like you've not been sailing with these people for like almost a month, if not longer. I don't know how long you guys been out to sea.
All
I
right,
don't remember anymore.
Sorry, I misunderstood the earlier scene. I thought like this was in Dr. Ice's bedroom, and Lady Katya.
Oh, this is outside.
Okay,
You hadn't gotten to your
Never mind.
fucking room yet.
Oh,
She's
never
like
mind.
staring. She was staring off to the fucking sea, and the bat was hanging off of some rigging.
Okay, never mind the paranoia then.
Well, I was confused. It's like you've been sailing on this ship with these two for like over a month now. Why is this still weird?
Yeah, like I said, I misunderstood what you were saying earlier.
Oh, they don't just fucking show up in your fucking room. I mean, actually, no, they are in your fucking room. You opted to sleep somewhere else. You've been down in the hold last I checked.
Yes.
Or in the med bay. You've been
in his
fucking
temporary
with
quarters, yes. Like I said, I misunderstood what you said earlier. Which, well, technically, yes, they are in his room because he now is in a temp room. So, give them another set of blood red and black roses during the day and leave it out. No, don't do that. Never mind my thought. Dr. Ice just goes to bed and decides,
awesome.
It's been a day.
Those of you who don't sleep ever, Daniel, is there anything you wish to do during the evening?
I'm going to continue my undercommon language training with Drusilla as we do things. As she does, or the other drow.
Yes. Drusilla, standing at the helm, making sure it doesn't like go any crazy off-course nonsense. She goes, "Okay, repeat after me.
Isn't that German?
No, it's drow. That's my fake made-up drow nonsense. Shut up.
Okay.
Don't question me.
As I throw a fishing line out, and I fish off near there, so we can at least be doing other things.
Yeah.
And I ask her in drow, everyone or undercommon fish. So, do you think you can cook this one? And what are we going to prepare with that? trying to hold the conversation.
I would probably. Let's see. That's a large, deep ocean sea creature. Probably would. I'd probably fillet it, chop it up in. Let's see. The easiest would be to throw it in a stew. Stews and whatnot are generally the easiest to do, especially on a ship. Now, if I wasn't on a ship and I actually had the time to like really do something special with it, I'd probably. And then she goes on like some nonsense about like how she would probably prepare it if she wanted a more richer dinner and not just throw it in a fucking stew, which is like the general go-to for ship captain cuisine, or sorry, ship cook cuisine. Because you want something you generally want to avoid things that are too rich or heavy on a ship because of the constant rocking motion.
Then after we do some fishing, we will do lock picking practice. Yes.
One of the drow takes over from the helm for her, and she's like, "So what you want to do is you want to get up in there, and you want to just take a moment, kind of poke at the different tumblers just to test how it works. See how well they are. And then you got to get up in there. And you gotta. Sound logs are really easy. You can just kind of take like a rake pick like this, like with this log, and just rake the fucking tumblers, and you're done. Sometimes you got to really get up in there with a pick and like finagle with it, depending on the number of tumblers. Like this one only has like 2 tumblers, so you just kind of get like right here. See if you feel the tension right there. It's pretty easy. You just kind of push it up and like flick it to the side. Yes, I've actually watched lockpicking videos.
Now, are we still talking about lockpicking, or are we talking about sex?
Talk about lockpicking. What are you talking about?
Are they really that different?
If you wanted sex lessons, I could have given you sex lessons, Mr. Creed.
I'm mocking you, Shindo, directly. Because you got to get up in there.
Yeah. Picks curve upward because that's where the tumblers sit. You go into the lock and you push them up.
I know. I've watched a lot of lockpicking videos myself.
Really interesting, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely enough.
And that's what we do, is we do it and discuss it while working in Drow or Undercommon.
Indeed. Right. Do you already know Elvish, Daniel? Or sorry, your character? Does he know Elvish?
Give me a second. I'll pull up all of his stuff that he does. No, I'm trying to remember.
I think Dr. Ice is the only one that learned. At least of the characters, at least of the main characters that learned Elvish.
No, Creed does
I
not.
don't know Elvish.
He knows Common, Infernal, and Primordial.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, I don't know Elvish.
So I'm the only one that's learning Elvish?
To the point where it's almost its own. Common is like the common trade language of the Underdark.
Well, then I probably should be doing it in learning Elvish from her and just say I was learning Elvish.
Problem is, I have the book on Elvish.
Separately, but mechanically speaking, the game has that Drow are listed as speaking Elvish and Undercommon. Because I have a greater, I like to have greater nuances in my languages. I also threw Drow into that as a subcategory of Elvish, so that Drows had their own unique language. Because I refuse to believe that a fucking surface elf, like a fucking high elf in the fucking forest or whatever, fucking speaks the exact same version of Elvish as a Drow that lives in the fucking Underdark. Because that sounds stupid to me. There's no way they speak the same kind of Elvish. Especially because their species split like thousands of fucking years ago into 2 distinct cultures and ethnicities.
So kind of like the difference between Spanish and Portuguese.
Yes, they sound very similar, but they are still vastly different languages.
What you were saying, Jim Pan?
Learning Undercommon, on the other hand, pretty good at it.
Say again?
Yeah, I think Jeff is Elvish. Because he being a half elf.
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually could learn. So you're the only one that can ship currently that can actually No selfish.
Other than like all of your elven crew members.
Yeah.
You waking upon the next morning.
Wake up on the next morning, getting some breakfast, shooting the shit with the crew, and then see if I can actually help with the rigging lines this time.
I'll have +1 for the assistance of the captain. Is anyone else lending any form of assistance to Ryota in his
I
carpentry?
can help. Try to help. Oh,
I have another
carpentry can.
+1 for Jimpan's assistance. This is an all-day thing, so there's no other downtime you guys are doing when you're helping him.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm just going to study
But
Draconic.
but we need to get this ship to full speed eventually. But don't waste a day
Anyone
then.
else using the assist action for Ryota?
You know what? Screw it. Yes, I'll do that. I'll help as well.
Okay. You're opting to do that instead of learning Draconic. So we got an extra +3 on top of that. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one he does much better at. DC was 15, 3 passes, add 2d6 times your proficiency bonus, HP back to ship.
Creed will
2,
work on the language of Goblinoid with Nezor and Vola, as he does in the day.
Are you specifically learning Goblin as a language?
Yes. At night, I'm working on Undercommon, and during the days, I work on Goblin.
I just wanted to make sure and to clarify.
Yes. Because after I learn Goblin, I'm going to learn how to pilot a ship better.
Let's see. He's able to repair. Let's see. Just make sure I'm doing this right. Wait. 2d6 times your proficiency bonus. Oh yeah. He was able to repair the sails by 6 points.
Excellent.
Because, he rolled super fucking garbage.
And in order to help Nezor as he pilots and still trains me, I will ritual cast Unseen Servant to help him get him anything he needs.
Cool.
Every once in a while. So even my little Unseen Servant helping pilot. Woo-hoo!
That is true. It doesn't require a whole lot of strength or capabilities just to maintain a straight course. But yeah, you get a little bit of repairs on the sails. The progress is slow, but is occurring in a positive direction.
Nice.
Where's she out? Oh, so that's pretty. Yeah, that's everybody doing their thing. Day draws to a close as you guys get a little bit further down the tradeway. Let's see. Let me check some notes. Just make sure. What's the next thing?
As usually, I greet the Duchess as she wakes up before I head to bed myself.
Full moon.
Ooh, full. Ooh.
Just as a reminder, on the upcoming full moons for the remainder of this year.
You have control over the beast, right?
I'm gonna lock myself in the room just in case.
Outside of full moons, yeah. It's currently the 26th day of Marpenoth.
And where's the next full moon?
The 30th.
Handouts for.
The 30th. It's upcoming.
Yeah, obviously the night before, as usual, we're going to knock me out,
the day
chain me to
before?
a bed, and make sure I don't go on a rampage on the ship.
Or we could get onto a longboat, go towards the winding water forest.
Just as a reminder, your captain has a swim speed and the ability to breathe underwater, so just leaving his ass out in the middle of the fucking ocean ain't gonna stop him from coming after you if you're close enough.
No, we were
So
going to be
yeah, like I said,
but
we're
if you
gonna
also
do the
unleash him
same
to the
thing.
wilds, there's no telling where he'll end up, and it may take a while to find him.
Like I said, we're better off doing the same thing we did last time. Knock me out, tie me up, and pray to God don't break free.
Okay. Good old fashioned.
Because obviously we're not going to reach
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate at least within the next 3 days.
Not at the speed you're going, no.
Nope.
Yeah, you gotta get that rigging fixed up better.
Mm-hmm.
Only going you're only moving 2 hexes a day, because each hex counts as 2 for your ship speed. You're only moving at 4 a day. So on this particular scale, 2 hexes a day. Very slow progress.
In this case, after I greet the what's it called, I will head to make some small talk. I will head to bed.
She needs you. I'm just kidding.
Say again?
This is making a joke. But assuming nothing else spectacularly insane happens during the night, move on to the 27th day of Marpenoth of the next day.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll do right now. Let's. Well, actually, make sure checking the weather, Curie.
Of course.
And as soon as it's not a freaking hurricane, I'll once again help with the rigging.
And I give the weather report.
Alrighty. Stand by. It's raining. You have moderate temperature, relatively normal, not too high, not too cold. You do, however, get rain. The light breeze.
Okay, not the worst thing in the world. Though the deckhands probably have to get inside occasionally just to dry off.
No, they just put on coats. They're sailors. A little fucking water isn't going to stop them from doing their job. That's silly. But, that being said, I'm singing in the rain. So we'll go ahead and continue making some more progress for you there.
And I'm going to continue studying Draconic.
Your bosun continues to tirelessly attempt to get the rigging back better in order.
And like I said, I'm helping. Shooting is still on the way, but mostly trying to help with the rigging.
It's another 10 points of repair. Which does put you over the halfway mark.
Excellent.
Vola cast fireball on the rigging.
I'll pull out my pistol and shoot you.
So upon the next day, you will be able to start traveling at a faster speed. Hooray.
Yay!
Yay, indeed. But, regardless, though, we progress the day to the next day. If something else happens, or rather somebody wants something to happen, move on to the 28th day. Kiri, you check the weather, and as far as you know, it should be a nice sunny day. But it's not. The weather that your magical ability tells you should be happening is not happening.
What kind of weather
It's
am
still
I
storming.
observing? Still storming. Okay.
Still storming. Like I said, you do your little fucking druidcraft thing, and it tells you it's supposed to be sunny. When you look up at the sky, you don't see sun. You see clouds and rain.
I'm going to inform the captain that let's maybe have some extra eyes to keep an eye out on what's around us, because it should be a nice sunny day, but it isn't.
Oh, fuck. Argonist, you heard? Argonist, you heard that?
No,
Something's up.
That from the fucking crow's nest.
Like, something is up. All hands on deck, because I don't... Because we're still moving at slow speed, and... We're still moving at slow speed, and And
Hey, you guys move at a normal speed now.
well, you know what I mean.
No, I don't. You said slow, and I was saying you can move
okay,
at a normal speed unless you want to keep going slow.
Never mind then. But still, they pretty much had enough time to regain their bearings if they, or another ship's going to try to invade us. Either way, or more Eldritch horrors because that's fun.
Yes. Because we always like dealing with Shub-Nagoths or Krakens or Cthulhus or Kings in Yellow.
You don't know any of those fucking terms or names.
Yes, because we like dealing with things that just screw their mind.
But regardless, we continue on, assuming that you are maintaining a normal pace.
Of course.
And I'm continuing learning Draconic.
Evening draws to a close.
I tell Duchess, be careful. Something's up with this weather. We could be attacked any minute.
I like how weather's unusual. You assume that it has anything to do with you.
Well, even if it doesn't have anything to do with us, it could be another power ship that says, "Hey, that looks like a free ship we could rob."
But regardless, we move to the next day, the 29th.
Okay,
And
this day, this is going to be interesting because I know at the end of the day, I got to get all my weapons out my room.
no, that's the 30th. It's the 29th.
I said by the next day, as in on the 30th. But for right now, assuming there's no more funky weather, I'm going to help with the rigging.
As you awake the next day, the weather is getting worse.
Okay, okay, we're gonna have all hands on deck to ride out this crazy wave.
And I'm assuming Druidcraft would say that the weather should not be
Supposed to be sunny. Supposed to be sunny, clear skies, everything's supposed to be hunky-dory. But you're now in the middle of a storm. A really big storm.
Hunky-dory!
Shit. This is bad.
Alright, once again, all hands on deck! Like, we're experiencing a nasty storm!
Can we remove our hands from the deck so we can get back to work?
Oh, Daniel. You fucking doofus.
I just flick a pimple at him again.
Funk. You begin to travel, or rather continue to sail. It's about noonish. You've gone about 3 out of the 7 hexes that you can travel in a day. When Jimpan, give me a perception check with just straight roll, because I believe you have normally advantage. The storm gives you disadvantage, so they will cancel each other out, so just a straight roll.
Can we use inspiration for
You
that?
see lots of rain. And in fact, at one point, some some hail pelts you right in the eye. Now this big fucking welt on your eyeball.
Ah, crap.
Ouch.
You're like, ah.
That can't exactly help because I'll have disadvantage. Because I'm on the freaking ground. Well, the deck.
I can't help because I'm in my room learning Draconic. Well, actually,
Last I checked, it was the order was all hands on deck.
Oh,
So yeah, so
I'm
you'll be in the deck the
Everybody is
same as
watching.
all of us.
So anyone who wishes to may roll a perception check with disadvantage due to the storm. Seems pretty good.
it has to move because life hates me.
Trying to make you wait to tell you that you fail. Ooh, 17. That's pretty good.
Straight up 17.
Nice.
Dr. Ice and Captain Torg. The two of you, while listening to Argos and Foreign bitch about that fucking piece of hail that had to nail her right in the goddamn eye, and she's just like, motherfucker, son of a bitch, from above, as she tries to find a way to deal with the giant black eye that she's gonna have to deal with. Got to use some covering. Use some cover foundation to hide the bruising like a battered woman. Sorry. What happened to you? I got hit with hail. But the two of you notice way out in the distance 2 figures standing on the water, facing each other.
What the fuck is that?
I believe. Who has spyglasses? I think the captain and Argonus will have spyglasses.
Yeah, I'll say me and the Arcanist have spyglasses.
Okay. I was just curious. This is just you looking off at the distance. If you would like, you can use a spyglass to maybe try and learn more details.
Which means another perception check with disadvantage.
No, you've already spotted that they're there. You already know what to look for.
Yeah, it's like you see this thing in the distance. You grab out your binoculars and say, "Okay, what are you?"
The fuck is that?
That's pretty much one of them. Like, what the hell is that?
Guys, you don't have a spyglass, so all you see are the figures out in the distance, and you just see your captain just pull a spyglass out.
I try and help him by pointing out the area where he should look.
I'm pretty sure
he already knows where to look, so because it was only a DC 15.
Great. He also has
you might want to tell a foreign one to look.
All right, I will do so. Arcanist, over there. Something.
You hear Dr. I say over there and point forward.
Over where?
I look at you.
You give me another perception check. Straight roll. Jim Pan.
Okay. 15.
15. Now that you know that there's something you're supposed to be looking for something in the forward direction, you start skimming the horizon. You don't see any ships. You start looking around the water. You don't see any dark shapes of something approaching you. Eventually, though, you do spot 2 figures in the distance on top of the water facing each other. Both you and the captain take a moment to look at these figures. One is wearing these layers of animal hide and has various what looks like bones, like animal bones, tied to ropes, hanging off his mantle, and with a gnarled wooden staff that's twisted and It's not. It doesn't look like it's a handwork stab. It looks like he literally just pulled it off a fucking tree, with more of these bone charms hanging off of it, and he has this large bear head type of helmet on his head with this long gray little beard. Standing about some decent distance away, in front of him is a individual who's clean shaven, slicked black hair. He is wearing robes, and while facing this individual, and the robes have a lot of clouds and lightning bolts and swirling wind-like motifs and patterns over the robes.
Okay.
And they're both literally standing on the water. They're not in a ship. They're literally on the water.
I just look like, what the fuck? I'm describing
One is
one.
standing on the water. The other one actually is floating slightly above the water. As his robes are whipping wildly around him in this like whirlwind of air as he's lifted aloft into the sky. And as they're facing each other, the older gentleman, the one with the animal hides and bone charms, holds up his staff towards the sky as a bolt of lightning comes crashing down at the individual in robes, who then grabs the lightning with his hand and like deflects it off in a different direction with his other hand. Like it travels through his body and he shoots it off in another direction.
I first describe it as like, okay, it looks like we're having a god fight in a direction.
And the robes throws his hand up and throws this massive wave of water towards the other individual who like fucking Moses, just like holds a staff up in front and splits the water around him.
We should probably try to avoid it.
Yeah, good
The ship is
idea.
about to go right between them.
Yeah, good idea. How about we try to curve around it so that we don't get hit by whatever their fighting is? Yes, I'm describing. Yes, I'm describing it too. Say again?
Jim Pan, give me an Arcana check. As you're looking at the man in the robes, you recognize a fellow storm sorcerer.
Okay.
Yeah. Like recognizes like you recognize the man in robes as a storm sorcerer because he's using magic similar to yours. And Kiri, Dr. Ice, no roll necessary for this one. You know a druid when you see one. The older gentleman with the long gray beard is a druid.
Yep. I state it's a druid fight. Well, at least the one with the beard is a druid. Let's not mess with them.
That one.
So a storm sorcerer versus a druid in the middle of it.
No, it's a storm sorcerer and a druid. It's two different people.
Oh.
Let's just try to
as you're watching, the druid calls another lightning bolt down at the sorcerer, who throws up a wall of water in like a sphere around him to absorb the lightning and dissipate it into the ocean water.
I'm like, crew, go around this and brace for impact once it get close.
Yes.
Even though we're not the targets, I want there to be collateral damage.
The druid claws his hand up like this, and a whirlpool forms around him, and it starts to grow in size.
Go around now.
Yes. Turn away from them.
Move. I know it. Good lord, I'll even control the water around us just to help us get out of here.
Cool. I'll let Nezor have an advantage on his pilot check. Give me a d20 plus 6, gentlemen. Sorry, no. Not plus 6. No, because he wouldn't be using his wisdom. Stand by. Make it. Yeah, no, make it plus 6. He's also dexterity as well as primary abilities as well. So d20 plus 6 with advantage for Nezor, thanks to the control water that Kiri's throwing out.
Alright. D20 plus 6, you said?
Yes, with advantage for Nezor.
Really?
Nezor reflexively tries to spin the wheel, get it off course from sailing towards these individuals.
Inspiration?
Hold on. Tries to redirect. You tried to control the water, but unfortunately this druid is way more powerful. The water in this area is his and his alone to command. As out of the whirlpool, as your ship gets pulled into the riptide of the whirlpool, rising up out of the whirlpool is a greater water elemental.
Shit!
Who then tries to punch the sorcerer.
Like I said, can I use inspiration to re-roll?
Too late. Your ship is pulled closer. Because it amuses me to watch you guys squirm.
Dr. Ice is looking at, this is what I could be. But am I going to be alive at that
And as the sorcerer gets just absolutely fucking decked by this water elemental, he holds up his arms and summons a greater air elemental, and they then begin to fight a kaiju battle.
Like, oh my god, we're watching a Pokemon an evil Pokemon battle. Yeah, problem is we're one of the buildings right now.
The
unfortunately.
bolt of lightning down on the sorcerer who doesn't seem bothered by this lightning bolt. As the sorcerer, got a freaking kaiju up in this shit. As the storm sorcerer responds with summoning a large globe of lightning that causes sparks of electricity in all directions around the druid, who gets hit multiple times and gets singed by the lightning.
Good question. Looking at the druid, does the druid happen to look similar to Dr. Ice's mentor, or no?
No. He's a human. Your mentor's a fucking archfey.
Okay.
Okay. We can't have return time. God damn it! Got the crew brace for impact.
Brace.
As your ship sails in the middle of their battle, you hear the sorcerer go, "Hey, what the fuck? Can you see we're in the middle of something here? Get the fuck out of here!"
I'm sorry, we tried to turn. You sucked us into it.
Well, fuck you!
In Druidic, Dr. Ice is going to go, we're trying! We're damaged enough!
The druid does not immediately respond, other than look at you mildly annoyed that you are in his way.
Dr. Ice is then going to turn to the captain.
Speed up. Only commanding everyone to speed up as
from all of the storm waves and wind, and you are not having a good time getting out of this.
Arcanist, Creed, Wind, Water, Power. I can help.
Earth, wind, fire, and air.
Yes, we unfortunately don't have heart, so I don't know who that would be.
Right. While your ship kind of just spins uselessly in a circle from all of the turbulent waters and wind that are in this region, you suddenly feel your ship suddenly stop, and then it gets spun in a direction, and you feel it start getting pushed.
which direction?
You don't know because you spent time in a circle, but it's definitely not in between the druid and sorcerer. You are suddenly feeling something shoving you out of the way. And when one of the deckhands looks over the side of the railing and goes, Captain, there's a big ass hand made of water.
What? I run over and look at it like, the hell is that?
You see the greater water elemental just shoving you out of the way.
See, the sea doesn't want us to be here.
As the druid is like this, with he's got like his staff, and he's just like, waiting for the elemental to get your ass out of his way.
The elemental wants us out of the way. Let's just do what the elemental wants, along with the druid.
Flashback over to the storm sorcerer. He's going, you fucking get out of here! You interrupted my fucking victory. Which gets the druid to go. Shoots another lightning bolt at the sorcerer. He's like, fucking not gonna work, old man! I have won with the lightning! Eat this! And he tossed lightning bolt at the druid.
Yeah, let's find out where we're at first before we know if I have to try to go around them again or
what direction you're going. You don't know. You don't have time to pull out your compass.
Let's just move away from them.
Yes. Unless you want to play Battleship and lose.
You want to play Battleship and be the only ship on the board? That'd be fun. But in case you guys are wondering, where was it? Number 76. You see from very far away what appears to be a powerful storm sorcerer and what is likely a circle over the land coastal druid in the middle of a magical fight. They are right in the middle of the path of your destination. That is one of the inconveniences of the sea.
That's an inconvenience.
You find a druid and sorcerer locked in battle.
Oh, you need to come here, and we can just throw the captain overboard and let him werebore into him the next day.
That's a deal.
I have no desire to interfere in this fight, so I'm not summoning any sharks.
I would like Nezor to make me a survival check.
Who?
Nezor, your helmsman.
Nezor. I'm about to say. I thought you meant me.
You're not the helmsman.
Huh?
So I said you're not the helmsman. I said the helmsman. Nezor, not the captain.
Is Roll20 being slower for other people, or?
It seems so. It's weird.
Yes.
Can I help?
You guys get to go in a random direction.
I should probably stop rolling, because I can't get good rolls.
It's revenge from last week.
I wouldn't do that. I don't
No,
take
no,
vengeance on you.
I meant roll 20 is showing revenge from last week when you got godly rolls.
You are blown slightly off course in the S direction, putting you right where your ship is now. So, yeah. Instead of going further north, you went. Instead of going further southeast, you went northwest, where they just kind of shoved you off to the side. Still bad storm though, but you're not in between them anymore. And as the evening draws closer, you see in the distance bolts of lightning and smashing of water as these two are battling it out through the night.
At this point, now that we're safely not in the way of
I don't necessarily say
death,
safely, but you're not in the middle of them.
well, as safe as possible. We're just taking bets to see who win the fight.
No bias here, but I'm going with the druid.
Oh, Storm Sorcerer would win.
Really not biased opinions at all. The storm sorcerer picks the storm sorcerer, and the druid picks the druid.
Of course.
Really unbiased opinions.
Do you know who will win?
No, the dice does.
Nature.
The sea will win.
Nature.
They may stir the sea up, but it will enhance the nutrients of that area. Yeah, and perform favorable fish and stuff. So the coastal cities there and the sea will win. Huh?
Speaking of fish, you at one point see large, giant sea monster-looking creatures come up out of the water and look like they're trying to attack something flying through the air.
See, the sea is winning.
I'm pretty sure one
shot with more lightning, and one of the sea serpents is, dies.
I'm pretty sure one of them summoned the others.
Dr. Ice just looks smugly towards Arcanus in form.
As the sorcerer kills one of the sea monsters.
And then he flips her off, going, "Fuck you." Best 2 out of 3.
Hey, Duchess! Hey, Duchess! You want to watch a show?
She comes walking out with Lady Katya holding like an umbrella over her to the best of her ability. Doesn't really do much, but she tries her best. That's certainly a gift.
Yes.
Ooh. But yeah, you see various sea creatures summoned by the druid attacking the sorcerer, who's like zapping them. At one point, you see him cast a chain lightning spell as it hits one and just arcs through multiple other targets, cartoonishly lighting up their skeleton as the lightning passes through them in the water.
Drusilla, some popcorn, if you please.
You see the Duchess standing there, completely soaked despite the umbrella, going, "So, Captain, I assume that these are not friends of yours? Or enemies?"
Oh, please. If they were friends with me, that last couple of fights would be a hell of a lot easier. No, we're trying to get through, and apparently these two got in the way of the path.
They seem to very much not like each other. Do you know anything about who they are?
We didn't get a chance to ask them. The second we attempted to try to go around them, but failed miserably, they took our ship and put us here.
Do you think they'll finish anytime tonight and be done by morning?
I really don't know.
As a explosion of air happens that causes all of you to be like get blown back, your ship kind of shifts slightly as you hear a loud thunderclap of sound.
I really don't know. I wish they did because I have to go. I have to go night the next night. So I can't help this tomorrow night.
Yes, that's pretty much what happens, Kiri.
Can I input some commentary as a druid as to what druids theoretically could do?
As you contemplate that, the druid responds to the loud air explosion thunderclap with raising a 30-foot wave and crashes down on top of the Sultan.
If it exists in nature, a druid always has a weapon. And like I'm saying, Artemis Lane 4, like I said, I'm putting 10 gold down on this. The druid wins.
You watch the sorcerer summon 3 more greater air elementals. This is going to be a long night, gentlemen.
I wish I could stay and watch this entire fight, but I gotta go to bed so I can help a little bit before the full moon tomorrow. Call me if something interesting happens during the fight.
This is something I could do one day.
Ice, don't get involved.
Of course not.
I just give the mean look to like Ice and
Wave crashes over top of your ship. Some of you are standing holding giant fish. They came with the wave. You're like, the fuck? And the fish is like,
hey, Drusilla, dinner for tomorrow morning. Sorry, tomorrow
don't eat
evening.
me! No, I don't want to be eaten. Fish starts talking to you. No, put me out of water. Put me out. I don't want to be here.
Wait,
I'll
the
slap the
fish
shit out
are...
of you. You get slapped across the face with by the fish tail. Put me out of water. I want to be here.
I toss the fish like a football back to the sea.
Sploosh. Thank you.
Hey, like I said, call me if something interesting happens.
Sometimes you just run into talking fish. It's weird, but it just is what it is. Blub blub.
Yep.
Blub blub.
Well, Dr. S is going to go to bed with happy dreams of what he theoretically could do if he gets stronger.
I would like everyone to give me Constitution saving throw. Ty, I need you to roll me that con save with disadvantage, please.
Wouldn't that be the 17 then?
I hadn't looked at your roll. I was reading a message from another player. Let's see. Dr. Ice does not get a full rest. 1 level of exhaustion to you, Dr. Ice.
Oh boy.
Foreign, you get a full rest. You get all of your beauty sleep.
Hey.
Yay, indeed. Creed, you get a full rest. No problem.
Not that I sleep, but yes.
Or the constant storm that would probably keep you from getting a full rest. You are not bothered by the storm. What does get your attention, though, is that random objects get thrown around your room. You're not sure, like, what the fuck's that about. Like, at one point, like, 2 metal pots are floating in your room, and they're like, clang, 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 like, right above you, and you're like, the fuck?
Like, the fuck?
But after a while, you just fall asleep, despite the fact that some entity keeps attempting to keep you awake, and get a full night's rest because you sleep like a very heavy log person. So somebody decided they wanted you to get levels of exhaustion, and it didn't work, unfortunately.
That's nice.
But it was a worthy attempt.
195, 295.
On the next day, the storm is gone, and you see no sign of either the druid or the sorcerer.
So, who won that fight?
Who are you asking?
I guess Creve, since he was out, well, not to actually watch it.
Creed, were you paying attention to the fight, or were you busy messing with your captain?
I wasn't gonna let him know that, but okay. Yeah, that was me bothering you.
Who else casts Unseen Servant?
I don't know.
You're the only one who has that spell.
He didn't know. Well, he didn't know that. That message was only to you.
Well, now everyone knows.
I was more fucking with the captain because I know tomorrow was going to be a pain in the neck.
He was trying to give you a level of exhaustion because it would have lasted until your next long rest, which you probably wouldn't have gotten a very good long rest while rampaging during the full moon. He was trying to give you disadvantage on ability checks. The full moon had a little 13, bitch.
Like,
But
I'm gonna say, off character, you could just suggested to watch the fight to the end, therefore I would have got exhausted on my own.
Maybe.
Either way, Creed, you don't know how the fight ended. You were busy. And when you ask any of the night crewmen, they're all like,
it was too stormy.
A dot fighting another dot, and one dot disappeared, the other dot also disappeared. We don't fucking know.
It's dark outside. It's hard to see in the rain.
Dark during a storm at a distance. Several miles away. None of them had spy glasses. They don't fucking know. From this distance, there were 2 dots fighting each other. Occasionally with giant clashes of wind, water, and lightning. And an occasional sea monster that the druid summoned. They're like, Your gas is as good as mine.
That sucks. What?
Get that, Kerry. Roll me d20s.
How many d20s?
Roll me a d20. Each of you.
Any modifiers or just straight?
Just roll a d20. And Jim Pan as well. I wanted both of you to roll.
Okay. 9.
Okay, Lucas. Anyway, you guys wake up the next morning. Everything seems great. Nice, bright, sunny day, or it might be. I don't know, let me check the weather. It's a nice, bright, sunny day. A little warm, a little warmer than usual. You have a light wind.
Yay!
You also have incorporeal wind, apparently. Hold on, what is this? Incorporeal wind passes through physical objects and barriers such as clothing, armor, walls, and solid earth and stone, and negates any benefit of winter clothing against cold and exposure effects, but also negates any penalty for heavy clothing and armor against heat. Incorporeal wind is blocked only by mage armor, wall of force, and similar force effects. So you have a magic ghost wind. It just passes through objects.
Ooh, it's cold out. It's cold up in here today.
Actually, it's warm. You have highs of 56 degrees Fahrenheit, lows of 42 degrees Fahrenheit,
Oh,
which
never
is
mind.
13 degrees Celsius and 5 degrees Celsius for our Swedish friend.
All right, never mind then. Let's get back on
Which is
course.
warm for autumn in a temperate region.
Like, all right, let's. I put out a good compass. Like, let's get back on course.
Hey. No gifts for billowing cloaks. Yeah, I'm just spelling cloaks.
And the whole day getting to there. And how does one prepare for the full moon, gentlemen?
I'm taking all my weapons out my room. Anything I can use as a weapon. Huh?
I said okay.
Before asking him lever, it's like, yeah, you still have to accept to go around to, knock me the hell out.
Okay, that doesn't work.
He goes, let me see. He pulls out some fluid, he puts it into a syringe and goes, "You want it now?"
Because when it comes closer to sunset.
He just hits you right in the ass with it. Ka-ta! Give me a concept.
Well, so much for before I. Ooh, 12.
Damn, you're unconscious. He goes, Eureka!
That's wording of this. That's the wording of this.
I'm the captain.
Doesn't work.
Okay.
I was just like, okay.
Well, he did take it.
No, for real, I can't carry him. You guys got him. I'm a gnome. He's 3 times my size. Somebody take him where he needs to go. Let me know if I need to stab him more.
Give him a double shot. Give him a double shot.
No, we don't want to overdose. Just
you don't want a dead captain.
Okay, so since I'm in the med bay as well, Dr. Rice is just basically
with your tiny noodle bird arms.
Yep.
Give me a strength check. Give me a strength check.
Strength.
Maybe this will help you since the 2 of you are the only ones in there. So roll with advantage.
Well, Creed will finally come down and go, "Are y'all done playing with him?"
With a 19, when you come into that, go towards the med bay, they're about halfway from the med bay to the staircase to go to the upper deck. As the 2 of them are dragging the captain towards the stairs as you are coming down them. Because
I will cast-
neither Leibowitz nor Ice are particularly well known for physical prowess.
I will use thaumaturgy, and I will yell for Ezil, Vola, and Nezor to step down here and take the captain to his quarters.
Nezor is busy operating the helm, but Mr. Stone is available for a laborious muscle task. As he kind of pokes his head out of the cabin and goes, "Does he carry the captain? I can help you with that."
Get over here.
Okay. He just like picks the captain up, just throws him over to his shoulder, and just walks up the stairs.
Unseen servant to go open the door for the captain.
Mr. Stone.
No, I was no.
I just keep casting it every once in a while. Unseen servant's just going to become my new thing right now.
No, obviously that all my weapons are outside my room this time.
In a nice little bundle.
So you see my swords, my hammers, my guns, anything that I could use as a weapon.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
What you got?
A werebore.
What about
Are
it?
they considered a beast?
No.
Monstrosity. Technically a shape changer. Specifically. It's technically not a monstrosity, it's a shape changer. It's creature type. Which is what Ty's type is. He's both humanoid and a shape changer. So he's affected by any kind of effects that affect both humanoids and shape changers.
I don't have enough. I don't have the spells I was thought I did. Shit. So I sure as hell can't cast this yet. Because that's a friggin' 9th level spell. Oh god, am I even going to live long enough to use that spell? Probably not.
So Stone goes and places the captain inside his cabin.
I provide a... I start tying up, like, the captain's... Tying the captain up. Like, from
Okay,
his
with what?
legs to his... With rope. Do we have chains?
I don't know, do you?
I'm going
No.
down to the hold. I'm going to look for...
We have chains for ammunition.
Not for tying people down anymore.
No, you broke those last time.
I was about to say last time I did break
Memory.
those.
I was waiting for somebody to be like, "No, we destroyed the shit out of those things." I'm gonna throw inspiration on the table for you there, Daniel. For remembering that those chains are broke as hell.
So that leaves us with 3 inspiration. Crap.
What to do to
Tying him up.
Captain.
Tying him up.
what to do with him?
Do I have sleep spells? I don't think so. I do not. Death that would affect me. Shit, there's gotta be something. Because Grasping Vine only lasts for a minute. Stone shape? No. Stone shape basically is like if you're dealing like carving out a mountain. There's gotta be some non-magical.
So you were tying them up with rope, is what you said?
That's what I was doing. Yes.
Okay. Is that it? Just tying them up with a set of rope?
Yes. No, that requires plans to exist already.
I don't care.
I don't think that would work the way I think it could. You use that to make him like tied up. Damn it, the wording and how you hope to use it never always aligns. Dr. Ice looks to Stone and kind of is giving like the worried eyes of, please tell me you have some better idea other than just rope.
He looks at you and goes, I mean, you're the senior officer. I don't know. I'm just here to do muscle stuff. He just starts flexing.
How far away from shore are we?
Too far to get there by at this point in the day because the sun's starting to set.
Shit.
Remember, technically, Lafon is in charge.
That's the only thing you've done so far.
I'll ask Dr. Leibowitz for another syringe of the knockout the good stuff.
He's already unconscious. If we give him any more, it could kill him.
That's in his orc form.
No, that's in any form. I'm still a
He
human.
tells you in no uncertain terms he's going to give you an untrained person when it comes to this medicine. This
is Dr. Ice. I'm untrained. What?
He goes,
Yeah. And Dr. Leibowitz is also
herbalist medicine. This is a narcotic. I'm not giving you this narcotic because I know you're going to go and inject him with it. I'm not letting you overdose him. From the captain's cabin, you also hear the sound of you hear the sound of something being broken.
Which means I assume you already rolled the strength check.
No, the moon hasn't come out yet.
The door to the captain's room. Does that
It's still open. Nobody closed it.
I close it.
Well, you walk up and you then close the door with Vola and Creed still in it because it's not fucking nighttime yet.
Also, quick question.
And as you do, you see Vola taking the captain's other shoulder and breaking it. Oof. As she is doing what Creed asked her to do, which was to dislocate the captain's limbs.
That's nice.
Which is pretty fucked up. Luckily, he's unconscious and therefore doesn't feel a thing.
As a doctor, could I help by making sure that it works? Because theoretically, as a doctor, I know how to repair
You are more than confident that Vola is more than aware of the human body enough to easily dislocate and shatter every bone in his body and is stopping at just dislocation.
Okay.
See, now he can transform and now his limbs won't do as much.
So, quick question. The door to the captain's room, does it open into the captain's room or does it open out of the captain's room?
Let me ask you this. Why does it matter? What is your intention?
If it opens out of the captain's room, barricades. If it opens into the captain's room, well, it'll be like a Scooby-Doo episode.
The door has a lock on it.
You could just lock me in.
A deadbolt.
Like, Creve literally has the power to use his servant or tentacle
Starting to stop you.
to go in, lock the deadbolt, and go back out.
Guys, it's a keyhole. It's not a... You can lock it from the outside.
Yeah.
Just take his key,
Even better.
close the door, lock the door.
Okay. Slight revision. Go to the captain's quarter. See Vola dislocating the captain's limbs. Look for the key to his room, which hopefully is like on his desk or.
It's in his pocket. Where the fuck do you think he'd keep his key? On his desk inside his room?
I
Who
reach
does
into
that?
his pocket and try
Yes,
and
you
push
take
out
his
the
key and you go in and lock the door when you guys leave.
Mhm.
This
Once we're all done.
Reed will advise them. I will stay in here with him.
Bad idea.
He's got dislocated legs. Where is it going?
Bad idea. There's no reason for you to be inside the room with him.
I've seen people with dislocated limbs somehow still use them.
I seen some dude jumped off the second story balcony of the mall and run to an entrance. Trust me, dislocation does not mean shit when it comes to what you call it.
We can have all the dislocated more stuff. Knees, elbows, hands.
Yeah. But Vola goes, I would be unwise for you to be in the room with a wild feral werewolf.
Well, let's keep dislocating shit. His knees.
Yeah,
his
Keep doing that.
Here's the
but-
problem. I eventually have to recover.
I'm only dislocating. I'm not breaking or having her break. I'm just dislocating.
You do have Dr. Ice and Dr. Leibowitz who can help you out in that case.
As I said, the limbs are dislocated, but my point being, Vola says it would be unwise for you to be in the room with a feral werewolf during a full moon.
Because even if dislocated, adrenaline is still a motherfucker.
In that case, Arcanus Lanforan, we are going to give you the captain's keys. You are the first officer.
That is true. You are the first mate.
Yeah, technically she'll be in charge until I'm conscious and sane again.
So, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, I believe that's everything, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
I'm actually surprised no one's trying to grab my weapons away from my room.
It's like sitting in the hallway. Vola like picks up the package and like walks away with it.
Yep.
Moves it to like another room.
All I know is I like the fact that Shindu's face when I said I want to dislocate lips.
Yeah, I looked over and I read it. And I was just like, okay.
I'm trying to think outside the box here.
Yes, very, very much so. Now, here's the thing. Are you aware bone structure changes slightly during transformation? The bones pop in and out of place multiple times while a lycanthrope, I should say, not a werewolf, just lycanthropes in general, when they transform.
To be fair,
Because after you said dislocated, I was like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. Then I thought about that and I went, would that actually work?
To be fair, every time he's changed in the past, his
bones
were
pop
not
in and out of place,
dislocated.
change shape and size, and whatnot.
To be fair,
It's
Creed
the
does
shape
not know-
changing.
Creed does not understand that.
That's true. You are less familiar with lycanthropy than others are. But Ty, how many rages do you have at your level?
Oh god, I think 5.
You got 5? Okay, cool.
Uh-oh.
And their D20.
Oh god. This is gonna be
Creed will sit outside his door waiting for the inevitable to come because Creed's probably got the best.
There's like a handful of crewmen that are there with like blunted spears to kind of try and shove him back into the room. they got like bill hooks. They're just like, no, back in there.
some man catchers.
Yeah, they got man catchers. They got like the little dog catching loop. They're gonna like loop it over his neck and just be like, no, you stay in there.
I will polymorph you if I need to.
Cool. You guys hear the snap of rope in the other room?
Uh-oh.
I will be right back. I have a random idea.
Oh god.
Okay. What's your strength bonus, by the way, Ty?
Oh god.
What's your strength modifier?
18.
So you have an 18 strength, so that means it's a +4 modifier?
Yeah.
Alright. What you guys doing while this is happening?
I have an idea. This is going to be fun.
Cool.
All right.
What's your idea?
I'm going to Dr. Ice's room where our vampire friends are.
They're not currently in that room. They're actually on the deck. They usually spend a lot of time on the deck during the evening. Because
Okay.
they're cooped up in there all the time. As you're walking away, you hear, and the door comes off its hinges, and I rolled a natural 20. And everybody goes, fuck! Get him! Oh, shit! He's not able to close the distance due to the long poles that they're using to try and hold the captain back, but there's no one strong enough to physically stop him from exiting the room. Well, so it's like 5 or 6 people just at like 10 feet away from him, just getting shoved down the hallway.
Well, I would just to go up to the vampires and go, "Excuse me, man," and I'll bow slightly.
Good evening.
How would you like to have an entertaining night?
I am always happy to have an entertaining night. By the way, what's happening downstairs? I hear a lot of screaming, and it sounded like something broke.
Okay, and I'll explain that, but I'd like to make a small wager with you. And I'm going to pull out 100 gold. I know this is a small wager, but...
She looks down and she goes, no offense, my dress is worth more than 100 gold. And I've been wearing it out in this horrible weather.
Yes, but it stakes more interesting if there is a small wager versus just random bet. I bet, and I'm going to point to her bodyguard, that she cannot one punch out a lycanthrope.
Lady Katya kind of like puffs up and goes, yes, I can.
Would you like to test that theory? I bet 100 gold that you can't.
I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, well, if you'll follow me.
Just prick her pride. She's like, I'm going to fucking do it.
If you'll follow me, if we will take the wager.
What now?
If you agree to the wager, my lady, and I will let you hold the gold as a sign of trust. And if she can knock him out in a werebore in one hit, y'all get to keep it.
And if she can't, what is it that you wish to have, dear sir? As you're hearing, oh shit, one of the poles broke! Oh fuck, quick, go get another one! He's going up the stairs! Hold him down! With what?
I wish for us to be
Shoot him with the darts!
a transportation ferry for you for when we need just to transfer goods around, so we have a steady source of income.
Oh, I mean, I was already planning on entering into those kind of negotiations once we reach the thing. I was more expecting. Well, never mind. That was the bird gentleman, Dr. Ice, who wanted something. Not you. No. Yes, I see. A simple 100 gold as a bet. Sure. Gotcha. And she's like, yes, Your Grace. She goes, be a dear, and I hereby give you permission to go punch the captain into your heart's delight. She goes, yes!
One punch.
She immediately takes off.
One punch.
Meanwhile, in the background, oh my god, he's tossing the crew around.
Why am I imagining that all of a sudden
Cut back to the captain. There are people still being pushed by the captain. There's some people hanging off the captain with the poles because eventually they got pushed around. So like on the ground. There's now like 20 guys with like who have lassoed the captain. They got man catchers on the captain. He looks like a porcupine from multiple trank darts that people shot blow dart guns at. And he's still just trucking along.
And now my bet comes into play.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm imagining Lady Katya is doing. She just moves so fast, all of a sudden she's like leaving an after image.
Behind the scenes, she's been wanting to punch Captain Tor since the very first day they met. But she hasn't been allowed to.
I didn't do anything wrong.
It has nothing to do with your actions. It's because of it's because Lady Katya has some personal issues.
Oh God. I now wonder what the personal issues that both of them have against me.
Lady Katya doesn't really like most people, but they're all insight checks. See if you guys can figure it out. 3 insight checks for everybody.
Well, not that it,
Because you guys have been on this ship for fucking months at this point. With
Guess I can go inside check and sing, but let me try anyway.
this will be over the course of like time you've known them, not right this second. To be fair, neither Milok nor Nyla has had much interaction with either of them.
and to be fair, I'm working on another.
Has had excessive amounts of interaction with them. Dr. Ice, you know a jealous lover when you see one. And you picked up very early on that when the Duchess started showing mild interest in the captain, there was a lot of dagger stares from Lady Katya that's only gotten worse in the time you've been on the ship. So when she finally gets permission to go punch the shit out of him, she is 100% on board. She would have done it for fucking free.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm pulling up some character sheets. Let's see. Gonna make this opposed checks.
Whether this works or not, I get an advantage out of this.
Alright, we'll say Constitution check versus Strength check.
Woo! I may be winning this bet. Wow.
No, you might be losing this bet because that 7 Constitution was for Ty. That's Ty's roll. You don't see Lady Katya's because I still had her on GM rolls. She got a 15 on her strength check.
Well, hey.
So like, as you guys are like as you're watching like crewmen getting dragged around and pushed up the stairs, one person like loses their footing and like falls down the stairs and goes, "Oh shit!" As you got like 4 guys on one lassoed rope going, "Stop! Damn it! Hold him!" It's like a whole team of tug of war. They're all losing. As several guys with like blow dart guns are just shooting tranq darts at him. You see a blur of motion rocket down the stairs, and like a scene out of fucking One Punch Man, just decks him. He goes flying down the stairs, out cold.
See, I won.
Just a handprint of a small, petite, feminine hand and a gauntlet right here on his cheek. Just bam, indention.
Well, the ship is safe. I win. I won either way. Either the ship was safe or I won the bet. I win.
Victory!
Mm-hmm.
So, not consecutive normal points.
And you say, thanks to money.
And pride.
And pride.
God forbid if I had my weapons in arm's reach, or that would be more painful.
Yeah, the crew was very, very particular about keeping at least 10 feet away from you, which is why they were using long poles and ropes.
No, I mean if I had my own weapons.
Now, I will explain.
You were very coherent enough to use them.
As Lady Katya went down there to go deal with the captain, I will explain what is going on, since she did ask once a month the captain goes through a fits of rage and transforms. Sometimes.
Yes, I actually did forget about that. Lycanthropes do have that issue with the moon. As she looks up at the very full moon, she goes, I sometimes forget. But I don't generally interact with lycanthropes very often.
If he's not controlled, he could damage the ship. And while I am no longer the first
crew as well, yes. I can see why you enlisted the help of a vampire spawn. Obviously, she can't contract lycanthropy and is much stronger than the average person.
She can't
No,
contract?
or did. One has to be alive to contract a disease.
Never knew it. But lycanthropy is not of creatures of the sea where I specialize at.
I mean, there are were sharks, were crocodiles. Those are sea creatures.
But most vampires also don't come near the sea much either, that I'm aware of. So, did not know that y'all could not
We
contract.
generally don't. Travel by sea for vampire is very inconvenient.
So, did not know that. Good to know. But no, I figured that out of everyone here,
From downstairs, oh fucking damn!
but I figured out of everyone here, Lady Katja would be the most skilled at handling him in the fastest manner, with the least amount of damage to the ship and crew.
If not, I could have handled him. I'm far more powerful than my servant.
Yes, but a lady of your stature should not have to
Should not
soil
have to dirty your hands with such minor problems. Yes, I've heard that line more than once.
Exactly. It is not the captain's job to do things. It is ours, the subordinates' jobs to do stuff. As a former first officer, it is. I understand that role or that responsibility quite
I
well.
did hear that you used to be the first mate, but had to leave briefly and you have not taken that position back since then, since your return.
That is correct.
Interesting.
Until I am promoted back, or I am to stay here, and until I have reaccustomed back to the ship, I cannot take that because things have changed slightly since I have been here.
Yes, one would imagine so. Time doesn't wait for anyone.
No, it doesn't. But that
Moves on.
That's
I
the
didn't realize
beauty.
I've been using the wrong ambience this whole time.
Well, that's the beauty of time. Time is a friend that tells you to always move, because if not, what is the point of getting up the next day?
Time means something slightly different to those of us who are immortal, and thus are stagnant in our time and do not advance forward. Time moves around us.
Exactly. And it's why I'll probably never want to be an immortal, because time is a friend that always encourages me to always do something.
Oftentimes, there are stories where one doesn't get to choose whether or not they live forever or not. I certainly didn't have the choice.
Well, I'm sorry you were not given that choice.
It's worked out for me. I've made the best of it, as we all do. We make the best of our existence.
And as Lady Katja comes back up, and assuming she acknowledges that she beat him in one hit.
Oh yeah, and she's like, "Fucking got him! I decked the shit out of that guy. It was right. I mean, I performed my duties to the exacting of the letter, Your Grace."
Then
she
I will
remembers,
go.
I'm not supposed to act like that. She
I
got
will
way too
bow.
excited.
Maintaining the persuasion of 22. I thank y'all for y'all services, and this is a bet I have been glad to lose.
The Duchess takes the 100 gold and just hands it to Lady Katja, who just goes, "Yeah, yeah, I would have done it for free, but yeah, I mean, thank you."
And I will bow to her slightly too, and thank you again. And I hope y'all enjoy the night.
You as well. We'll see you next evening.
Till then, I will bow and walk away.
As you walk away, you hear the two. One in very excited whispers. She gives the rundown of how she absolutely knocked the shit out of the captain. And you hear the Duchess go, "Really? That's very interesting. I'm very proud of you."
A happy Lady Katja means we probably won't die.
So
And
now
the last thing you hear is like, "Can I do it again?" And she goes, "No, you can't do it again." Oh man.
well, we can now move on to the next morning because I've done everything I could to help Ty not destroy the ship or the captain
That is
destroy
true.
it. And I have done it in the calmest manner possible. Oh, Captain, you're going to wake up with a sore face in the morning.
Next day. What the hell? What the hell did I drink last night? Did I see
You
my
still have a giant welt on your face in the shape of a fist.
like? Okay, well, all right. Correction. And this is me still in character. Like, all right, correction. What the hell hit me last night? Sounds like I
About
got.
100 pounds, 100 pounds of very angry vampire woman.
I was like, it seems like a master monk just blasted me. They're looking at it like, oh crap, is everything okay?
The very, very tired crew greet you with, "Everything's great, Captain. We're so happy to be on this ship. So happy." They have like dark circles in their eyes. As you take a moment to look at like all the ropes and poles that they had, your door is not on its hinges at all. It's sitting against the wall across the hallway.
Creed is
As
just
they
there,
go,
smiling. Like, no bags under his eyes. Captain.
one of the you hear like a slight sarcastic reply. One guy slightly sarcastic going, "Yeah, we're so happy you decided to stay as a werebore when that dude gouged you with his tusks. We're all real happy for you. I'm gonna go to bed now," and he just leaves.
The following, can you give me an update? What the hell happened? As I pretty much,
You don't need a key to get into your room anymore.
yeah,
He has to
yeah,
policy now.
yeah, but I do need a, yeah, but I do need a Smith, a, a ship's right to put my door back.
One of the carpenters comes over and he starts like measuring, and he like looks at the hinges and like measures them and stuff. And he's like, "Don't worry, Captain, we'll get it fixed as soon as we can. We'll totally have it fixed." Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good job. As I still stroking my jaw, trying to figure out what the hell hit me.
One of them goes, "I don't know, it was a big blur, and then you were out cold, and it looked like that pale armor chick with the long white hair, the vampire lady."
Jeez, I want to spar with her? That must be insane.
Oh, apparently the word is that Mr. Creed made a bet that she couldn't knock you out in one shot, and she was like, "Bet," and then she ran down here super fast and just laid you out. It was actually really impressive, Captain. Like, we've never seen you get knocked out that fast.
Creed is just going to stay seated in the corner where he's at. Just,
One guy kind of like ribs him and goes, "Bro, don't like fucking make him sound like a bitch." And he's like, "Oh shit, not that you would. It was special circumstance. We had shot you with a lot of tranquilizers. That might have had a bearing. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go."
Yeah, I know.
shit to him.
Yeah, I know. As I take out the blow darts from my body.
They wouldn't have stuck in your skin. Not magical.
Oh, never mind.
That's why it didn't work.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. I forgot that clearly. They should have gotten like silver tipped ones.
An inconvenience at most.
See, Creed just walked upstairs and made a bet to save the ship. He paid
Owner's pushing out because Daniel raises a good point. The trank darts would not have worked in his werewolf form. And I forgot that. Didn't think about it until just now.
I thought everybody was panicking. That's why they were just shooting them in panic.
They're like, we got these darts and we got blow dart guns, so like, fuck it. It's not working.
I should have more, please.
The crew was willing to spend the entire night being human weights to the captain just to keep him busy. Because as long as he was being held by man catchers and ropes and nets, he wasn't able to like gore anybody. So they were just like, this is just our existence now. This is what we live to do.
So, Captain, how do your shoulders feel?
I feel great.
Your shoulders actually feel fine. Dislocation is a thing that doesn't bother you that much anymore because you do it every time you transform.
I feel great. Why?
I just know you had a rough night.
This is a rough night. Like every time you transform, all of your joints pop, dislocate, relocate, change positions and whatnot. So like the dislocation of a bone doesn't actually even bother you anymore. It like, you're the guy who gets shot with needles every fucking day. So like when somebody fucks up and blows your vein, it doesn't even bother you anymore.
Next time, need to break bone. Got it.
Yeah. Breaking the bone would make it a little bit more difficult.
Hey, I was trying to be nice, but
Dr. Mental LaFront has to play captain for a bit longer while my bones heal.
Yeah, I'd have to buzz out some like lingering injury rules and be like, okay, let's see, broken limb.
Who knows what I will think of to do next time?
You have a whole 30 days.
And this time you don't have you have a super powerful vampire to help you out this time.
No,
who knows? It depends. The next full moon is on the Feast of the Moon. It's one of the holidays just before winter, the last month.
And when's that?
In 30 days. It's the first day of Uktar. Between Uktar and Nightol is the Feast of the Moon. So 30 days of Uktar, Feast of the Moon, and then 30 days of Nightol. It's an in between day. It's a day in between 2 months. Just like High Harvest Tide, Midwinter, Green Grass, and Midsummer.
Now
these are the holidays of the year.
I have a plan D, but it's not that good of a plan.
What was the plan D? If she couldn't knock me out in one hit.
Oh no, plan D doesn't involve
plan C.
Plan D is I kill you, cast Gentle Repose, and then we revive you after the full moon.
We resurrect him later.
So, I have a plan D.
I believe somebody in this game has Raised Dead.
Not
Are we
Raised Dead.
talking like Resurrection, Revivify?
Yeah.
The spell Raised Dead.
Yes.
Not Revivify, because Gentle Repose wouldn't help with Revivify. Raised Dead, on the other hand, does, because it lasts for a few days, so you can easily use Raised Dead. Because Revivify has to be cast within a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Raised Dead, you get like 10 days, and that time can be extended if you're using Gentle Repose to almost indefinitely, as long as you cast it every day.
I'm pretty sure
or however many times.
I'm pretty sure none of you guys are necromancers.
Not yet.
Necromancy. Well, technically, yes, it is, but that's not the point.
Not
You're
yet.
not a zombie. You're a living person.
But point is kill you and revive you later is plan D.
It's the final solution. But all other options have been
that means you have to get me to a church within 10 days. Get me to a church within 10 days. And
Fury, I believe, has Raised Dead as a druid. I believe at his level, he has the Raised Dead spell.
I'm currently looking over that right now. Not Raised Dead. I do have Reincarnate.
We can reincarnate his ass.
Yeah, we can reincarnate him.
I think that raised.
I believe
Dead
you
is
have. If you don't have Raised Dead, then I know you have some of the other resurrection spells, such as Resurrection and True Resurrection.
Mm-hmm. That I do have.
Yeah, it might have been only the clerics that had Raised Dead.
Yeah.
But point is possible. So, well, that's plan D is to kill you and then just move.
Solution, murder.
So kill me. Hope you get to a church within 10 days, so Clark can raise Dead for his extreme fee. Got it. They got
That's
it.
not the money. You can afford it. You just have to find someone strong enough to cast that spell, which creates a whole creature. Like when Daniel's character died.
Yeah, he did that a few times.
Well, he died once.
I mean,
I assume you guys wish to continue traveling to Baldur's Gate.
Yes, please.
And if there's no nonsense, I'll just keep learning Draconic and try and forget the fight that happened.
but if feasible, I will find a way to. I have a ring, maybe Raised Dead. I can put on my ring. Yes, I can put it on my ring. Get somebody to cast it, put it on my ring for next time. So I will have a ring of Raised Dead.
Isn't there, if I'm not mistaken, there's a level limit to what can be stored on the ring.
Level 5.
Not? Level 5?
Yeah.
Raised Dead is, I think. No, yeah, it's level 5 spell. Okay, never mind.
So I could
continue.
Theoretically, I have a plan D. Not the best plan I have, but it is my.
You have to find someone strong enough to cast the spell, though.
Exactly.
Because 5th level spells are pretty up there. You're not going to find like any random cleric in some hodunk town able to cast anything higher than like level 2 spells, typically.
True.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go to like a major city, and then even then, finding an actual cleric of sufficient power may be difficult.
True.
But the day of travel advances. We have to do some more repairs.
I'm sitting here learning Elvish.
He repairs the cells by 18 more points.
So I will maintain learning Undercommon and Goblinoid. Eventually, I will learn to language.
Oh, getting closer, getting closer.
Assuming nothing happens during the evening or during the day, I will believe we will move on to the next day.
The only thing I do with the evening is just say, I apologize. It's when the Duchess comes up, like, I apologize to Lady Katya. I'm never going.
The Duchess goes, "Oh no! Don't apologize. She had a blast punching you."
I apologize for
leans
even
close to you and whispers in a low tone. She goes, "Just between you and me, secretly, she's been wanting to punch you for a while. I've only been, except that I haven't allowed her to. So honestly, it made her night."
Yeah, if I wasn't liking control, my jaw was still probably on the floor right now.
Maybe. But don't worry. We still like you. Well, I still like you. She doesn't like anyone.
I don't think she likes anyone.
Grumpy. She's a very grumpy person. And it cuts over to Lady Katya, who just has like a resting bitch face of just like, I'm annoyed at everything in the world.
Good night. Good night. As usual, Destrella, call me if anything.
Kiri, this is resting bitch face. That's pretty much Lady Katya at like all hours of the night, all the time. The only time you saw her mildly happy was when she got to punch the shit out of the captain.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time you've ever seen her smile, and smile in a non-threatening way. The next day, you'll begin traveling some more.
As we get closer to Boulder's Gate, I pull some of the senior officers like, what? And point at the maps like, do you think this island is abandoned?
What we talking about?
This island is abandoned?
Mm-hmm. You don't know.
How about we check it out?
Now,
After all, eventually,
or are you talking about afterwards?
I meant after we drop everyone off, of course.
Okay.
Like after all, we still eventually need a full-time home, and as much as I like Rock Island, I don't like resting next to our enemies. If you know what I mean.
Luskin is technically your home. You guys all live in Luskin.
No, I meant.
Also, the ship's your home. You live on the
That's
ship.
true.
You pirate life. I know. I'm just teasing you. I know what you mean, Ty. You're looking for a place to create a hideout, a lair, a stronghold,
a base.
Yep.
Base of operations.
And like I said, as much as I like Rock Island, I don't like literally sitting next to people that want to kill me when I'm sleeping.
Generally, almost everyone you've met wants to kill you to some extent.
Yeah, but not an entire city.
I mean, the Ruthies were going to kill you guys regardless of your various actions. That you just made it worse because now they know you specifically. They don't like the Lefkanites, which is what you guys are.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm probably just going to spend the rest of the day learning Elvish.
Cool.
Keep learning Draconic.
How many days left on that you guys got?
For me, out of 41 days, since it would be 7 weeks,
I think we'll both be done by the time we literally land on Boulder's Gate.
Wouldn't that be nice?
30 days. For me, at least.
Cool. But assuming nothing happens during the evening, time passes to the next day. Third day of Ukhtar. This morning, you guys can actually see Baldur's Gate now as you're getting closer to it. You see various other ships passing you from varying different directions because you are in a tradeway. There's lots of traffic. It's not just you by yourself.
I'm just kidding.
You can see. Let me move all the shit out of the way. See the opening here of the riverbed towards where Baldur's Gate is. and advance you to Mirror for your day of travel.
The Laferin.
Yes.
Everyone's going. I'm going short leave for a week, so prepare everyone's pay.
You're still not at the city yet. You still have
No,
several
I
days.
meant I
You
meant
can see
I
it in the
meant
distance.
I meant to prepare everyone's pay, so that when we get to the city, they could she could just pay them out.
Now, unless somebody has something they want to happen at some point during this day, during the evening, or on the fourth day of Uktar, I'm going to just keep advancing, and we're going to end the session right when you guys get to Baldur's Gate, so you guys can take time to think about like what you want to do. So I'm just going to start fast forwarding the time a little bit here. So I'm counting out hexes and your speeds.
Just let me know how long the time it takes, like the number of days.
Well, you're now at the fourth day of Uktar, and you get to there by the end of the fourth day. And we move on to the fifth day. You get to Right Zhao by the end of the fifth day. So right there, you're only like a few more miles away from Baldur's Gate. You would most likely I'd say you guys would most likely be wise just to keep pushing the last few miles to get to Baldur's Gate. So you get there by the end, by evening on the fifth day. And then it will be the sixth day of Uktar when you are in Baldur's Gate. So we'll just go ahead and right there. Put you, nope, someone will put you right there. It is the morning of the sixth day. You dock at the end of the fifth day, and you get up the next morning because everyone's tired by that point. Everyone just sleeps on the ship. And the next morning, the sixth day, is when you are in Baldur's Gate. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You finally made it.
Yes.
Since your last time where you paid the crew and gave them any amount of shore leave was the 16th day of Barpenoth. I'll let you guys calculate the math of how much money you owe to your various crewmen. Because I believe since that time, some of your retainers got promoted to positions of junior officers, if I'm not mistaken, which means their pay went up some.
And I maintain a pay of what the retainers would have made. So I don't get.
Yes, you are a skilled hireling that is not a junior officer, so you would get whatever pay that is. I got it in here. I have it listed.
Yeah. Well, point is, Creed makes things better whenever he can.
I mean, there is a reason why he was once upon a time the first mate, and most likely may one day serve that role once again.
I give the Dockmaster at least 10 days worth of stay, if you will. Sorry, 9 days worth of stay.
We'll say this is Baldur's Gate. He's going to charge you. You know what? I'll come back with that next session. We'll determine all of that when we get to it. I actually have to think like what would be a reasonable docking fee at Baldur's Gate. I'm sure it's going to be expensive. More expensive than like other places. Okay, Cricket, what the hell? Or dork.
Ba-dum-tish.
You guys having fun?
Sad trombone. Yeah. Oh shit, it's MLG now. We need to get ready.
Oh my god.
We're a bunch of dorks.
That we are. But yeah, I had fun.
Yep.
Who knows? One day it'll be amusing when my character gets a lycanthrope upgrade himself, or something similar.
Yeah, they'll probably turn into a freaky fish fan.
A were octopus.
Why am I picturing that?
Anyway, we all had fun. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
I
No,
can't think of off the top of my head.
Not the top of my head. Nope.
no, but I enjoyed problem solving, even if they were private messages to Shindo to bother other people.
Hi, I wanna fucking irritate the piss out of the captain and stop him from sleeping. Okay. I want to dislocate all of his fucking limbs. Okay.
I may never make first officer again.
I don't know, if you kill the captain, there's gonna be a vacancy.
Yeah, fortunately, Left 4 is going to take the vacancy. And
Everybody moves up.
and she's pretty much making me with a boob job at this rate.
Or I can get all the crew behind me and I can just take captain's spot and be good.
Fair. If Creed tried to fucking cause a mutiny, I can tell you there's at least a handful of crewmen that would actually side with Creed. And no offense to you guys. But Creed's a very scary man.
Creed also tends to sleep with the crews, or at least hang out with them. Not that he discusses them.
Whoa now. Unprofessional. Bad ethics. I mean, once upon a time, he was the first mate. And was the human resource guy. The disciplinary of the crew. Anyway, unless anybody has anything they need to discuss with me before I head off, I'm gonna head out. Everybody good?
Because it's a long time for me to enjoy the fruits of lunch.
Fruits of lunch.
Well, I get to go ahead enjoy the time of the fruits of my labor.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, Daniel.
Happy Father's Day.
You have a good one. Happy birthday, Ty.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you're old.
You're old.
Yeah, congratulations. So's all of us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still young and sexy. And on that horrifying note, you all have a good one.
Good night.
I legit can't tell how old I am. I literally have to use math to figure that out.
I don't care how old I am.
I know I'm in my mid-30s. I was born in 86.
In my current life, every day I still walk the earth is a blessing.
How old are you, Ty?
I'm only 4. I met with my heart condition. I'm only 44.
Okay. But you're
Have a good one. Have a good one, everybody.
All
All
right.
right.
Take care.
All right, Jim Pan, Curie. See you next week.
Yep.
Yep.